on to put themselves in a position to go on the road twice, which is more likely going to have to happen here, and put themselves into a regional final.
Yeah, you talked a little bit about it over break when we were off, but really when you get into the fourth quarter, especially if you get a little bit of a lead, 3 or 4 point lead up in there, just keeping your composure and making sure you control the game as much as you can, staying calm and collected, taking care of the ball, getting good shots on offense, not rushing the game and not putting too much pressure on yourself, I think, once you go down the stretch. So I think it's learning how to do that. There's a nice, obviously we're only halfway through the conference schedule, so 7 games, I think, remaining on that schedule, and they can really put together a good run still, and there's a chance to get some good wins in there that can kind of build your resume and get a little bit better seed going into that postseason. So I think that's what you want to strive to do second half of the season.
And we'll have more of your Midtown Tire Team Radio pregame show when we come back right after this, as Pella set to take on PCM live on 92.1 KRLS.
Introducing the new Hy-Vee Plus program, where membership has its perks. When you become a Hy-Vee Plus member and shop at the Hy-Vee stores in Pella and Knoxville, you'll earn 3 cents per gallon on every in-store or online order. Plus, you'll get free express pickup on aisles online orders of $30 or more. Plus, you'll get a personal shopper for your online orders. Plus, you'll get access to the Hy-Vee Red Line that you can call anytime. Plus, you'll get exclusive monthly deals. Membership is just $99 per year. Stop by customer service at the Pella or Knoxville Hy-Vee and become a Hy-Vee Plus member today.
What type of healthcare specialist are you looking for? From dermatology and pain management to orthopedics and plastics, we have you covered. Knoxville Hospital and Clinics currently has over 25 visiting specialists that hold clinics in Knoxville. Your healthcare is our priority, and we are here to bring care close to where our patients live and work. Our visiting specialists provide consultation, treatment, and surgical procedures right here in Knoxville. For more information about the visiting specialist at Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, call 641-842-1555.
The staff at Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer, and Nickel is excited to announce the 2 new members of our team.
Hi, I'm Chandler Brunsting.
And I'm Tanner Van Manen. Chandler and I will be providing individual and business income tax preparation services as well as small business accounting services to our clients.
With the new health guidelines, in-office meetings aren't possible, but please know that you will still receive the same individualized attention and dedicated service through phone calls, virtual meetings, and email correspondence.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seatstra, Meyer, and Nickel.
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation in Pella, we're not just Marion County's mortgage professionals. We've been ranked as one of the top 10 mortgage companies in America. We have more than 500 branches nationwide, including Ankeny, Ames, and right here in Pella. We've helped thousands of Americans achieve their dream of home ownership, and in 2020 alone, we funded more than $50 billion in loans. So if you're buying a new home or looking to refi, call any member of our team at Fairway in Pella.
Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS number 2289, is an equal housing opportunity lender. LO NMLS 31073. This is not an offer to enter into an agreement. Not all customers will qualify.
They say nothing in life is free. Well, we're here to tell you they're wrong. Because when you switch to US Cellular, you can get the latest 5G phones for free with no hidden requirements. Yes, you heard that right. The Samsung Galaxy S20 FE or the Google Pixel 5 for free with no hidden requirements. US Cellular. Terms and conditions apply. See store uscellular.com for details.
At US Cellular, we believe in a new approach, one that puts you first. Visit Strauber Cellular, an authorized agent of US Cellular, located at 826 Main Street in Pella. US Cellular, upgrade to fair.
Pella High School Activities Director Matt Fouch says that building caring relationships is a foundation to the district's extracurricular success.
One thing our directors and our coaches do a great job with is they really allow their students and kids within their programs to take on those leadership roles. Once they know that the coaches and directors care about them as human beings, that's when they truly get the most out of those kids.
Pella Community Schools, maximizing life's opportunities for every child.
This is Bob Cruz, CEO of the Pella Regional Health Center. On behalf of our board of directors and the administrative team, I want to sincerely thank our providers and staff for the hard work and sacrifices they made to care for the patients throughout this pandemic. Our team is strong at Pella Regional, and we are committed to providing healing services with Christian compassion for all who need care. For the long hours our staff has given, the flexibility they have shown, and the positive attitude they bring every day, we are humbly grateful. These actions truly make a difference to our patients and the families we serve.
Welcome back to the Midtown Tire Team Radio pregame show. Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse coming to you from Pella High School for a doubleheader of non-conference action. Pella versus PCM. Did have another Strawber Cellular instant radio update coming up at 2:30, or rather 2:15 on 94.3 KNIA. Conference foe Indianola will have a doubleheader with Sioux City West. And Andrew Swadner, the voice of Indianola and Simpson for our station, is going to have a Saturday basketball game for the first time since last winter, but it will be for Indianola. So join us for that game, and we'll have updates throughout the boys' game of where that girls' game stands. Our game time temperature is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating, and not quite as warm as it was yesterday, 29 degrees, but thankfully that warm air melted most of the snow that did fall yesterday morning. Folks, if your home isn't staying comfortable, make sure you trust the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, where you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear Van Haften's. John, one last final thought before we head to our final timeout, before we get our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. I think a big bounce-back day for both the Pella boys and girls.
Yeah, these Saturday games are kind of fun because they're different, the matinees, but it's always interesting to see how you bounce back from a Friday night game. It's on Pella's side, a little bit of a downer form last night, and you also got the fact that you played and your legs might be a little tired and that kind of thing. So I'd really like to hopefully see them come out with a lot of energy in this game and prove they can put that behind them.
And don't forget, the boys came off of a closer than expected night against PC, so they had to work a full 4 quarters, probably when they weren't expecting to, at least in the pregame. So we're excited to see how this matchup unfolds. That wraps up the Midtown Tire Team Radio pregame show. The Midtown Tire Team is cheering on the Pella High basketball team as we get set for action tonight. Apparently, I got a hello from an Angie Holterhouse via text message, so we'll say hello to her over the air and on YouTube, and anyone else who is joining us here for Saturday afternoon basketball. When we come back, your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply.
2021, it's here, but Motor and Auto Group in Knoxville still has 2020 models in stock, and they must go. All new 2020 models are on the lot, priced to sell. Find great factory incentives, low financing rates, and special motor and discounts on all new 2020 Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram vehicles in stock. Hurry to Motor and Auto Group in Knoxville because the remaining number of 2020 models is limited, and when they're gone, so are these great discounts. It's a 2020 sell-off going on at Motor and Auto Group in Knoxville.
Six home sellers saved an average of $4,790.
But just because we discount our commission doesn't mean you're getting discounted services. We utilize the best marketing tools and the most modern sales processes.
Learn more about the Prez Listing Advantage and let us sell your home by calling 628-1-BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
High school basketball is here, but this year, the rules are different. No, the rules for basketball haven't changed, just how you get to watch the game. Live video streaming can be great, but might not be possible with slow internet speed. U.S. Cellular's high-speed home internet is available almost anywhere, and Strawber Cellular has plans available that allow you to stream your favorite movies, TV shows, and local high school sports. See store for plan details. Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for U.S. Cellular in downtown Pella.
I'm Justin Hibner, Financial Services and Grain Marketing Advisor at Two Rivers Co-op. For many producers, I'm the guy in their corner to monitor the financial picture of their operation while they're in the field. I help determine the cost of production in the operation, take the worry out of managing input costs, focus on marketing, and help them reach their profit goals. If you're interested in learning more, call me, Justin Hibner, at Two Rivers Co-op at 628-1100.
The home and field advantage. Two Rivers Co-op.
Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth as we get you set for our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. We welcome you to a Saturday matinee, easy for me to say, of basketball action as PCM at 1-12 coming to take on the 5-6 Lady Dutch. And they're announcing your starting lineups on the floor. As you can see, a decent crowd on the girls team desperate 2-game streak, falling in back-to-back contests to Grinnell and to Pella Christian. And so, as it stands, John, we're getting set for our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. One of your McCall Monumental radio keys to this game was to start fast, start early. Try to make sure PCM doesn't feel like they're in this game in any sort of way.
Yeah, I think I say it a lot. Just what kind of energy you're going to play with after a game last night. But just got to come out with everything you got and make sure you get the momentum on your side and keep that flowing throughout the game.
So here we go. Your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Pella in their home white uniforms. They'll have Van Wyk, Deers, Vanderwall, Negg, and Peterson, Steenhoek, George, Wagaman, Baird, and Yortsoy for PCM in their road burnt reds. Thank you again for joining us on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. As your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, in the center circle will be number 14, Celeste Wagaman, and Madison Negg. Pella working left to right on your radio dial. Mustangs working right to left. And we slowly get ourselves set up here. All right, here we go.
Intro music never gets old.
Yeah, no it doesn't. The ball is in the air, and Pella will save it from going out of bounds on the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier.
Very, very close one right off the bat.
Faith Deers in the corner, Reagan Van Wyk. Van Wyk's skip pass, it's tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs, who are settling into a zone. So in front of the Mustangs bench.
Yeah, it looks like PCM's falling back into a 2-3, so we'll get a little high-low action with Annika and Maddie here, Madison.
Madison's in the corner, passes it off to Van Wyk. Here's Anna Vanderwall back to Reagan. Skip pass over to Deers. Pass was tipped. Baseline, Madison Negg to the hole. We'll get the friendly roll, and it's in. Madison Negg hit 23 points last night. In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarian to Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, and she's picking up right where she left off.
Well, Pella calls that the porch down there. You got Madison Negg just kind of hung out in the porch underneath the basket there and found an opening in that zone. Nice entry pass there.
Now a dribble drive for the Mustangs. Shot way off the mark. Good defense underneath, and Madison Negg will claim the rebound for the Lady Dutch. Here's Reagan Van Wyk. Van Wyk flips it over to Vanderwall. Dribble, drive, and she's fouled. So 2 foul shots coming for Anna Vanderwall.
Yeah, Anna just found a gap in the top of that 2-3 zone, drove down, and was able to get the foul on the way to the basket.
So Vanderwall, I know offensively, has wanted to do more like that, creating off the dribble. She'll put the first free throw in, and that's a big part of her game, is that she's got to cash in then at the foul line if she's going to do a lot of that coming off the ball.
Right. And you're right. That's a very strong part of her game. And a lot of times when shots aren't falling from the outside, that's what you want to do. Get baskets on the free throw line.
And she'll rattle both. 4-0 Lady Dutch early, and now some full court pressure here for Pella. Dribbling through it is Paige Steenhoek, at least for now. Madison Negg making it very difficult as she does just get over the timeline. Van Wyk reaching in. No foul called. We'll stay PCM ball. There's a tip. And eventually, we'll stay with PCM for a moment. Nearly a steal there for Pella as Peterson was in the right spot. And this time she'll hit it again. And Van Wyk will get tasked with the foul as she leaned into number 14, Wagaman. So a couple of tries there. Pella nearly had the possession turned over.
Yeah, I like the aggressiveness there. Reagan got a foul she probably didn't really need to get, though, falling into the girl there. You got to be careful on that while staying aggressive.
Near sideline, sideline pass. Now it is PCM in their rotation. It's Lily Baird. Baird, center of the lane, shot blocked, and then rebounded by Madison Negg. Pella with numbers. Down the lane they go. It's a left-handed layup for Anna Vanderwall in transition. She's got 4 early points, 6-0 Lady Dutch. This is the good start that Coach Garland, I think, was looking for.
Exactly, yeah. And I like seeing Pella come out in this full court pressure on defense too, because that kind of gets you having to play with a lot of energy and get things going right away.
Should have been called a kick, but it wasn't. It was off the foot of a PCM player. Up ahead in transition, it's Madison Negg. The steal by Faith Deers turns into another 2 points for Pella and an early Pella Hy-Vee timeout for the Mustangs. And this is exactly what Pella wanted to do early. Good transition game.
Yeah, I'd love to see him run the floor like that. We got the stop on defense and got an outlet pass, and Madison Negg was running the floor, and Anna looked ahead and a nice down court pass to get the easy bucket.
We are live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, just getting things started. On a Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, we'll be looking for updates from Pella Knoxville Bowling, Pella Christian and Sigourney Bowling, Pella at Solon Wrestling, and Indianola at hosting Sioux City West in that basketball doubleheader. Our score here is Pella 8, PCM 0, 5:52 remaining here in the first quarter, an 8-0 run and more full court pressure coming out here for the Lady Dutch defense. Same starting five on here for Coach Garland. And the starting five remain on the floor for PCM. And there's a tip and a steal by Anna Vanderwall.
Close to an over and back there, actually, when she got the tip, but got away with it.
And in the corner, a three's on the way for Madison Negg as she lets it launch in another transition point. You noted that Coach Lindsay, I think, was pointing at the half-court line trying to say she stepped on it. It was close, but it is a Pella turnover, and they will get the basketball. 3 PCM turnovers already forced here in this one.
Called another
Make
one.
it 4.
Yes, on that steal, on that play we talked about over and back, she may not quite have had possession either, so that might be part of that. But
it was close. But either way, it's Pella's ball up 11-0, and now PCM trying to bring some pressure. Pella right through it to Reagan Van Wyk, and then she'll throw it out of bounds. First Pella turnover, and that is the biggest bugaboo for the Lady Dutch. They have so many of those where they just kind of carelessly throw the basketball away.
Yeah, that was an easy bucket right there. Actually, Annika was wide open under the basket, got to hit that pass.
And not just picking on Reagan, that is just indicative of what the Lady Dutch have done wrong in those fourth quarter situations. That probably should have been a foul on Vanderwall, wasn't called. It will stay PCM ball. A baseline jumper doesn't go. It will stay, though, with the Mustangs, their first team rebound of the afternoon. Pella's going to be aggressive.
They're looking for an interior pass there. Faith got up and tipped that one. Almost got the takeaway there.
4:59 remaining, 11-0 Pella first quarter. And a post-play shot is over the rim and into the waiting arms of Faith Deers. And here come the Lady Dutch. Van Wyk, a shot fake, works it over to Faith. Faith in rhythm for 3 on the way. It's in. Faith Deers pours in the long three-point shot, and it's 14-0 Pella.
Well, you can definitely tell there's a message in this game. We're not going to come out sluggish. They put the full court pressure on, pushing the ball down the floor when we get a stop. It's all about dictating the pace of this game.
PCM ball gets loose as it hits off the legs of Emma George. She'll run back and recover. Pella trying to keep a scoreless early quarter advantage here, 14-0. PCM in their half set with Steenhook. Bounce pass right side over to Yortsoy. Whips it on the wing to Baird. Baird double-teamed under a lot of pressure. Back to Steenhook.
Pella's in a man-to-man, but very tight man-to-man, putting a lot of pressure on him.
Yortsoy had it knocked out of her hands momentarily. Nothing coming easy here for the Mustangs early as they'll reset the offense at half court with Steenhook. 4 minutes remaining here in the first. Pella 14, PCM nothing. Lady Dutch on defense, Mustangs on offense. It's Wagaman. On the perimeter, cutting was Baird. Baird lost the handle on her way up, and they'll call a foul. Not sure who that was on. There was a couple of Lady Dutch, and it was on Anna.
Okay, I thought they might have called that on Faith reaching in there, but didn't see the foul with Anna there.
And they'll give Baird continuation, and she'll have 2 foul shots coming. And that's the first point for PCM. So it was 14-0 until 3:46 here in the first. Kylie Tauke is in. Haley Van Vark is in. And Jasmine Naminga all in. So not quite a full line change, but the second rotation for Coach Garland on the floor. The second will rim out, and it's Jasmine to clear it for Pella. Up ahead to Kylie Tauke. Tauke will run the point in the set. Was looking for Faith.
Yeah, good post up by Jasmine down there. See if we can't get a good angle on that.
And she'll lean one in to Van Vark. Naminga hits the floor. Still a live ball, and eventually the rebound is controlled by PCM's Yortsoy. Stepping back, a 3 on the way off the mark. And then the second rebound of the afternoon for Faith Deers. Here comes Pella, 14-1. Dribble drive, Van Wyk will take it up strong, and she's fouled. 2 foul shots coming for Reagan Van Wyk.
Yeah, nice take there by Reagan. Sometimes, I'm sure she had all the intentions of making that basket, but sometimes you go aggressive to the basket like that and you earn that trip to the foul line. Sometimes you'll get the and one, and
sometimes you don't.
Right, exactly.
Gerald Meyer ends up getting Hy-Vee Fuel Saver, by the way, by those early threes by Deers and Neg. We're giving away Fuel Saver savings during every Pella broadcast this season. Folks, you got to be crazy if you aren't stopping by the Pella Hy-Vee and putting your name in to win. We've given away all we can so far, I think, between both Pella and PC this season and the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio 3-point challenge. 15-1, second shot coming for Reagan Van Wyk. Coming into last night, she was an 82% free throw shooter, the best on the Pella roster percentage-wise, and she gets her first 2 points at the charity stripe. 16-1.
No, that's Pella.
That's out of bounds off of PCM. Their fifth turnover, just one so far for the Lady Dutch.
Good effort by Faith there. Not sure if she tipped that or not, but she got in the line of vision of that one and went off the hands of PCM.
Tauke, as there's three-quarters court pressure coming from the road team Mustangs. Down low, here's Van Vark. Spin move, just too strong on it. And the rebound is tracked down by Wagaman. And both times for Van Vark, she was open, and now a ball on the floor forcing a tie-up is Jasmine Naminga. Or no, they will get the timeout. The Mustangs will. A Pella Hy-Vee timeout. But I will say this. Haley kind of rushed both those shots, right? She was open, and I think she realized she was open, was just a little too quick and ahead of herself.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. There's a little bit of experience there. I think if she's getting in the right position but not getting her feet set, not getting the right angle to the basket, I think that's something she'll learn to do a little drop step there and get a good angle to the basket.
Well, and again, you don't want to necessarily play, you want to play yourself, right? But PCM does not really have anybody that matches up with her. She can be patient with that if she wants to be here today.
Right. Kind of collect yourself, figure out where you're at, make sure you got your footing, and go up strong. I think you get a little antsy, if you don't have a lot of that, especially varsity experience, you're not sure how fast that game's going to come at you, and that'll come.
On the other side of a Pella Hy-Vee timeout, it's 2:50 remaining, 16-1, all Lady Dutch early. It is Mustangs basketball. They work right to left, Pella in their home white uniforms on defense. 2 fouls for each team here in the early running. Over the timeline, it's Paige Steenhook. Right side to Sydney Shaver just into the game. Shaver bounce pass right side to Wagaman in the corner. High elbow pass will dribble away just a second as Pella, again, aggressive on defense here. Wagaman will dribble in and out of the perimeter. And now Baird dribble drive, and she's knocked down. And a foul called on Pella.
Yep, that's on Anna. That's going to be 2.
It's Madison Neg who thinks stepped in to cut her off. There was already a double team on her, and that's the third Pella foul.
Yeah, so Anna Vanderwall and Madison Neg back in, giving Reagan and Faith a breather.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. A 14-0 run to open the game here for Pella. They're up 16-1. Right-handed floater falls in. Teardrop was good for Emma George. Their first field goal. And here's Madison Egg wide open in transition. That's money. 9 points for Madison. And again, she's picking up where she left off last night. A big game for her Friday. And she's already up to 9 here in this afternoon contest. 18-3. Down low, here's George. Draws a double team. And then it's off the leg of a PCM player. They will scoop it up in transition, get an offensive rebound for Steenhook, and they'll keep the possession alive. Bounce pass outside Shaver. Shaver launches a 3. No. And there's Van Vark collecting the rebound. Extended minutes here for Haley Van Vark and some of the Pella backups mixing in with the starters. Baseline dribble. Neg was bumped into a couple of times, and it's a turnover Pella. No foul called, and it's a steal for the Mustangs. Number 20, Baird comes up with that. And now on the other side, 2 shots coming. And I'm not sure what that whistle was about.
Well, yeah, it's on Tauke, I think.
And they'll say on the body. So
yeah, just a little late getting there. She's on help side defense trying to stop that drive. A little late. And anytime you have a little slap over, you're straight up, but then you slap down on it, you're kind of have to get that call. Back to our starting. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, not quite. Peterson's in. Mia Warner is in. With Tauke, Nag.
So I believe our 9 deep so far already, right?
Yes. Second will go in for Sydney Shaver, 1 of 2 at the line. In the corner, Madison Neg launches from 3. Yes, Madison Neg has a dozen in the first quarter, 21-4.
I tell you, Neg looks good today so far. Her shot looks smooth, whether it's outside beyond the 3-point line or taking the ball in and just it looks smooth.
60 seconds till the end of the first quarter, and it's Pella 21, PCM 4. Mustangs on offense against this tough Lady Dutch defense here today. George sets her feet and fires and knocks it in from downtown. Big shot there for Emma George, and she has both made shots in the field so far here for PCM. Good pass, count an and one for Madison Negg as Mia Warner found her on the baseline.
Yeah, an entry pass to Mia on one post. You saw Maddie posting up on the other side, and it's a great pass. But I tell you what, Negg is earning that. She's getting down the floor, getting in position. She's making herself available, and she's earning those shots.
And she'll complete the three-point play. She's made just about everything today.
She's got that look on her right now. I feel like she's on a mission.
She does not want this team to feel like that they're down in the dumps. And
that's good leadership, senior leadership.
And that's what Coach Garland called for. He called for it on the radio, which is, I'm not saying that he was mean to call them out, but I think publicly he wanted to say, hey, girls, if we want to be at the team we can be, we have to play better. And Madison Negg has obviously been a very solid piece in this, but she wants to keep showing that you can't give up.
Defensively, she just got the tip there.
And a steal goes to Vanderwall, who will finish on the other side for two. In transition, it is all Lady Dutch, a 26-point first quarter, 26-7, with 15 seconds remaining here in the first. PCM trying to pick themselves up here. Shot at the whistle, and it will roll and count it for Lily Baird on the dribble drive. Got the just friendly touch, and it had enough spin on it just to put it through the bottom of the net. Baird and an and one chance.
Got to admit, I didn't see how that one was set up. I was looking at the bench over there, trying to look at the lineup that may come in next.
The second will not go. Rebound is tipped and controlled by Madison Negg from half court. It's over the backboard. After one, it is all Lady Dutch leading here. 26-9, live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the third or fourth level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
I'm Lance Klein with the Verduff Agency. For safe, sound, secure insurance protection from auto owners, call the Verduff Agency, 628-3801.
So you want to buy your first home, but you don't have enough for a down payment. Good news. See First Credit Union has a first-time homebuyers grant program. As a first-time home buyer, you could qualify for up to $5,000 towards your down payment. It also comes with our team of local experts, mortgage education, and quick processing. If you're in the market for your first home and worried about qualifying, don't give up. Call See First at 866-360-5370 or go to c1stcu.com. NCUA insured, equal housing opportunity.
Mark. Back inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse coming to you live on 92.1 KBLS and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube, where we are in the midst of a early Lady Dutch big lead as they lead 26-9 over PCM. Madison Negg with 15 first quarter points leading the charge. It's PCM basketball on their half of the floor. The dribble drive for George doesn't fall. Rebound out of bounds. Last off of PCM. Good defensive possession to open there, John, and that's been the key so far. Now, offense is looking good, but they're creating that offense off of the defense.
They are. Yeah, a lot of their points have been pushing the ball down, getting a rebound, getting an outlet, and pushing the ball down the floor. Got a lot of easy layups out of it. I think it's safe to say that Madison's not going to end up with 60 points, but she's on pace for that right now.
She is on pace, 15. It's Annika Peterson on her half of the floor.
Another open look by Faith.
And that's on the way, no good. Offensive rebound. Who else?
Although she might.
Madison Negg has 17 points. I think if it stays this way, she won't play in the second half too much.
That was one off of the offensive board. She had good rebound position there, too.
So 3 rebounds, 17 points for Madison Negg. With 7:02 remaining here in the second, 28-9. And a drive, and Peterson will give her the block shot on that one, and the rebound goes to Faith Deers. Deers kicks it out in the corner. Madison Negg lets it fly. No, but there's Reagan Van Wyk for the putback to clean it off the glass and in. If that would have gone in, then yeah, maybe she gets to 30 or so here in the first half. But still a great game for Madison. Great teamwork there as Van Wyk was in position for the offensive board.
There's a little heat check there, but you know what? When you're hot and you're shooting the way you are, I'm not going to discourage her taking that shot.
Shot misses for PCM. Rebound.
Yeah, she's running the floor again.
To Peterson, and yeah, look up. Watch out. Madison Neg has 19 points. And we have 6:22 left here in the second.
There's part of it you're just shooting well, and you're feeling it, but she's earning a lot of this by just running the floor hard, getting out in front of the defense, and her team is rewarding her for that.
And she's got a steal, and what is she going to do here, John? She'll finish for 21.
She's a little tired right now, too. I think you may see her come out here for at least a minute or two.
This is kind of getting a little silly here, but that's all right.
21 points, and we're 2 minutes into the second quarter.
It's a 34-9 Pella margin. So if there are any questions about how Pella was going to come out today, they have answered those. And Neg gets the foul on Baird, and I wonder if partially that's so she can catch a little bit of wind.
Yeah, she was a little slow getting to the spot. She had to reach in there, but she's winded right now. So, yeah, maybe she's like, okay, give me a break.
Well, the first shot coming here for Baird, who's 1 of 3 from the line so far. She's now 2 of 4.
Now I think we're 10 or 11 deep in this game already here in the second
Kennedy
quarter.
Van Vark, who's seen a lot more minutes in some big games. She played a little bit in Grinnell. She played a little bit against PC last night in Anna Childerston. So kind of a guard-heavy setup here with Peterson running the post. Second will miss.
And
Here's
two
Van
players
Wyk.
that can really help you in different ways down the stretch. You need that depth.
Pella running the floor, kicks it out. Childerston, left wing 3, no. And Peterson, though, will clear the offensive rebound. And now Deers launches from 3. Yes, Faith Deers knocks it in, 37-10.
Yeah, one player we talked about in earlier games getting off to a slow start, but Faith has been more herself, I'd say, the last 2 or 3 games from outside.
Shot blocked by Faith.
That might be her third tip or block of the game, somewhere in there. She's had her hands up a lot today.
Statistically speaking, it's her first shot block, but you're right. She's tipped a lot of passes that have turned into steals on the other side. And that rebound went out of bounds. Last to Pella. Here's Van Vark, who will run the floor. She does a really nice job. It's amazing. I think we got one of the better JV teams in the entire state, and there's a shot that misses, no good. They're the group we get to watch before all these doubleheaders, and Coach Bell has done such a nice job with that program. They're competitive every time I see them on the floor.
Yeah, and they put up some big wins, too. So
there's a pass tipped out of bounds by Van Wyk, preventing an easy run out there for PCM. On the floor for the Mustangs was Sophia Steenhook, also joined by Yortsoy. It looks like Maddie Reed on the floor, and Sydney Shaver. But yeah, the Pella the Pella JV is honestly, there's a lot of girls who probably don't see a lot of time in varsity, but they play that JV game like it's a varsity game. There's a right-handed runner is in, and that's one of those key players, Anna Childerston, who's got a really nice shot from outside. This time she makes it from inside, 39-10 Pella.
And again, running the floor, and that's what we got. That we get the stop on defense, we get the pass, the outlet pass, and they hit the player running the floor and reward them for it.
And a travel PCM.
I like to see the rotation. Yeah, I mean that's one way too when you talk about pace of a game and trying to keep up the energy throughout the whole game. If you can play 8 to 10 deep like we are today and have the opportunity to do that, it's great to take advantage of it.
39-10, 4:35 remaining here in the second quarter. Van Vark brings it down the floor. Kennedy Van Vark for Pella to Haley, and it's thrown away. Turnover, Pella steal goes to Maddie Reed. And here is Paige Steenhook running the floor here for PCM. Out to Sophia Steenhook. Dribbles down the left side of the lane, kicks it out to Reed. Reed flips it right side to Wagaman. Over to Paige Steenhook. Paige has it right side, looking down low. Jasmine Namiga just on the floor, along with Haley Van Vark for Pella defensively. And here's the left side in a travel, Steenhook, or they'll call a foul on Tauke.
I thought the same thing. I thought she took steps before that.
And that's her second. But here we already are, 3:59 remaining here in the second quarter, and we're to that second team. Namiga is usually the first or second off the bench for Coach Garland. But you've got Van Vark, Tauke, who's probably right there, number 6 or 7 in the lineup for Coach Garland, and Kennedy Van Vark and Childerston.
Yeah, so no starters in the game right now in the second quarter, so it'll be fun to see how these guys play together.
Haley Van Vark the rebound after the missed free throw for PCM. 39-10 with 3:43 remaining here in this opening quarter.
PCM's in a 2-3 right now, so we call this a high offense. We got one girl basically on the free throw line trying to get that pass in there and hit a low entry pass.
Tauke, and she'll throw it away. Was looking for a well-covered and defended Jasmine Naminga steal. Goes to Steenhoek. 5th Pella turnover. 3 on the way is good. Celeste Wagaman knocks it in for the first bucket of this quarter with 3:15 remaining here in the second. Right side Childerston.
You know, it's hard to complain when you're up by 25 to 30 points in a game like this. But those are...
And Childerston, just to cut you off there, knocks in a good-looking shot.
Nice shot. But that pass that we threw away there, those are the ones you got to learn, you know, where you can hit a pass and where you can't. And that one was pretty much right to a PCM player. Those are the ones we got to eliminate.
42-13, a 29-point lead, tying the largest in this game. And PCM will float it in with Riley Yortsoy. 42-15. Coach Garland doesn't seem to be too particularly moved to get the starters back in the game. That's off the top of the backboard, and a team rebound PCM.
Yeah, you might just let this group play it out here for the last 2.5 minutes. We'll see.
42-15 here in the second. And now it would be nice, I think, at some point, if you're Pella, to try and stretch it to that continuous clock mark. Give your players as much rest as they can, knowing that there's 2 games ahead that are going to be pretty difficult, starting Tuesday with Des Moines Christian. And they're a top 10 team in Class 3A. There's a tip, and then surprise, there wasn't a foul called, and then there is a late whistle. Haley Van Vark was bouncing around, knocking into a couple of PCM players, and a 1-and-1 coming for Paige Steenhoek.
Yeah, that Des Moines Christian team, no matter what class, they're pretty darn good. I think they gave Indianola their only loss, if I remember right.
Yep.
And they're maybe only have 1 loss in the season. So.
Well, and here come the starters. Naminga will stay in, but Van Wyk, Deers, Vanderwall, and Nag all getting some extended rest. And I think just to the point I made, Coach Garland would love to see if they can get to a continuous clock situation. Because a lot of those JV players got minutes earlier today as well. A rebound cleared on the defensive glass for Naminga. She'll hit the deck as she passes it up to Faith Deers. Deers works it right side over to Madison Nag.
Yes,
Faith back to Madison.
Let's see a strong 2-minute run here to end this half.
Anna Vanderwall. Right side Deers. Back out to Anna. Back to Faith. Trying to move this zone around a little bit here for PCM with 1:52 remaining.
Oh, underneath. Sorry.
Flashing wide open was Madison.
That's exactly what you want in this high-low offense against this 2-3. They got the entry pass. Madison was wide open under the bucket.
Here's a shot fake in the corner now to Reagan Van Wyk. Van Wyk tries to fight through tough defense and does. And we'll get a foul and see who that is on for PCM, and that was on Yortsoy, her third, and 2 foul shots coming for Reagan Van Wyk.
Yeah, I'm going to pick on my daughter, Emily. the high offense against the zone right there. I used to preach that, you know, you get the ball in there face up to the basket because you either have an open shot or you have somebody underneath the basket likely in that situation.
42-15. Van Wyk will miss the first.
She's yelling at me right now.
A Strauver Cellular Instant Radio update we hope to have from Pella Wrestling coming up. Second is in.
Did she make the first?
Yeah, no, missed. So 5 points for Reagan. She is 3 of 4 from the line, near her season average of 80%. With 1:26 remaining here in the second, Pella starters back in here to try and push this lead before the half. It's 43-15, and there's some contact. All sorts of players hitting the deck here, and that's out of bounds off of Neg's foot.
Well, I think they're reversing him, but I think you're right. I think it was off of Neg's foot.
Yeah, it probably should be Pella ball, but it's the 8th PCM turnover. 1:14 left here in the second. On the floor for the Mustangs, Sophia Steenhoek, Paige Steenhoek.
Got
Ellie Davis.
Annika Peterson back in the game, so official starting 5 here.
Also in Evelyn Burkett. And a 3 on the way for Deers. In and out, no good. Nag could not get the rebound initially. And it will stay Pella basketball. 58 seconds remaining. It's a 28-point Pella advantage. If they get to 35, the second half will start with a continuous clock. Maybe a little too much to ask here. Neg will flip it back out on an inbounds to Faith. Right side, Van Wyk launches. Long three on the way, no. Off the side of the rim to Wagaman on the long rebound.
Yeah, the threes we've missed have not been too far off. They've been right on line. That one just a little long.
43-15 here in the second. Left side, Davis. Davis puts up a three, no. But she'll end up getting her own rebound after it bounces off of Reagan Van Wyk. It will stay PCM basketball. Here's Lily Baird. Baird, center of the lane, has her shot blocked by Madison Neg, and the rebound is tipped over to Reagan Van Wyk from Anna Vanderwall. And now up ahead to Annika Peterson in transition for two.
There's that run out again. We've always got somebody running, and that's obviously part of our game plan is to get somebody behind the defense and get the outlets and push it down the floor fast.
45-15, all Pella over PCM. 3 seconds remaining here. And Anna Vanderwall trying to prevent an easy shot, and they won't even get it off. 45-15, the Lady Dutch lead as we head into our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show.
Mark Van Gorf of Pella recently had Cabinet Design and Mike Blom do some remodeling on his home, and he highly recommends you hire them too.
I would recommend Mike and Cabinet Design to anyone who has any type of project, big or small. If you're looking for someone who has unique ideas and somebody who is very accessible and who really enjoys what he does, then Mike is definitely the guy to work with.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Hi, this is Zach with Midtown Tire and Pella. We know that nobody enjoys waiting around while we service your vehicle. That's why we offer free pickup and delivery, plus a courtesy vehicle if you need to stay on the go. Our waiting room's nice and all, but really, why wait around if you don't have to, even if it's just 30 minutes? We're family owned and operated and are the only full-service tire shop in Pella, offering roadside and on-the-farm service, plus brake repair, suspension, and we're front-end and alignment specialists. Stop by and see us today at 109 East Oskaloosa Street in Pella.
This is Todd Chambers from the McKay Group. I want to thank everyone who already does their insurance business through us. I want you to know that we've added a lot of carriers over the past couple of years, and we now have more plans and options than ever before. So if you haven't had us review your coverage lately, please give us a call and let us do that. For those who aren't insured clients already, please give us a call at 641-842-2135. This is the best time ever to let us shop your insurance for you, and we would love to earn your business.
Pella Cinemas invites you every Thursday through Sunday for the newest releases and best movies in the country. We are now closed Monday through Wednesday. Showing right now is the blockbuster Wonder Woman 1984, rated PG-13. Filling the screen with eye-popping action and effects, this is a vibrant and colorful film brimming with optimism. Also showing is News of the World, starring Tom Hanks in a journey across Texas after the Civil War. And Croods 2, A New Age, rated PG. For a list of showtimes, visit Pella-Cinemas.com and come enjoy a movie at Pella Cinemas.
This is Dr. Bradley Haggerty with Prairie City Dental Services. Whether you're a current patient or you've heard me on the radio, you know I like to have fun and joke around. But as we've all learned over the recent months, our health isn't something to joke about. Your teeth aren't life or death usually, but dental health is critically important. Dr. Moran and I are here to help you take care of your teeth with services like biannual checkups, IV sedation and wisdom tooth removal, cosmetic dentistry, and more. Come see us at Prairie City Dental Services. We are proud supporters of the PCM Mustangs. Go Mustangs!
There's a 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday at the Pella and Knoxville Hy-Vee stores. First off, you'll get 25 cents on your Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card for every $50 you spend at Hy-Vee and Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits. 6 packs of Pepsi product bottles are just 4 for $8. Must buy 4, limit 4. Then they're just 4 for $8.88. Craven Original Sandwich Cookies are just $1 per package while supplies last. 8-ounce stuffed chops are 2 for just $4. And Hormel whole boneless pork loins are only $1.68 per pound. Stop in for the 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday at the Pella and Knoxville Hy-Vees.
Winter's here, and with it comes snow and wet weather conditions. Upgrade your winter driving experience with a new set of Firestone Weather Grip tires and step up your savings with a trip to Raceway Tire and Exhaust. The auto experts at Raceway Tire and Exhaust have everything you need to keep your car in top driving shape for the weather to come. From Firestone Weather Grip tires to batteries, wiper blades, and more. Take on any forecast this winter with new Firestone Weather Grip tires. Stop into Raceway Tire and Exhaust today.
Raceway Tire and Exhaust. We got what you need to get you on the go.
Vermeer Corporation is pleased to support local activities as well as industrial and agricultural equipment customers around the world. The Vermeer team designs, manufactures, and supports equipment that helps communities stay connected to the necessities of life, manage natural resources, and support a vibrant food supply. When you're in the area, be sure to visit the Vermeer Museum and explore the history of the company. Vermeer is committed to making a real impact through all of their business practices. Vermeer Corporation, equipped to do more.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop to see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella at Central Tire and Auto. Our halftime score 45-15 Pella. Let's go inside the numbers. Calculated by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Madison Egg, a huge afternoon so far, 21 points for her, 6 points for Anna Vanderwall and Faith Deers, and then 5 apiece for Reagan Van Wyk, Anna Childerston, 2 for Monica Peterson. 5 points for Emma George to lead the way for PCM. Celeste Wagaman knocked down a 3. Lily Baird has 3. Riley Yortsoy has 2 for the Mustangs. 16 rebounds for Pella, 7 for PCM, 5 Pella turnovers to 9 for the Mustangs. And Inside the Numbers is written by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or refinance, trust Jeff Namiga and his team at Marion County's mortgage experts, Fairway Mortgage Corporation. We'll have a quick commercial timeout and more of your Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. When we come back, John Holterhouse will have a short look at a lack of adjustments, I will say this time, presented by the Young Door Service when we come back on KRLS.
Hi, this is Zach with Midtown Tire and Pella. We know that nobody enjoys waiting around while we service your vehicle. That's why we offer free pickup and delivery, plus a courtesy vehicle if you need to stay on the go. Our waiting room's nice and all, but really, why wait around if you don't have to, even if it's just 30 minutes? We're family owned and operated and are the only full-service tire shop in Pella, offering roadside and on-the-farm service, plus brake repair, suspension, and we're front-end and alignment specialists. Stop by and see us today at 109 East Oskaloosa Street in Pella.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
In 2020, area residents saved $220,350 with the Prez listing advantage compared to a 6% commission.
Our 46 home sellers saved an average of $4,790.
But just because we discount our commission doesn't mean you're getting discounted services. We utilize the best marketing tools and the most modern sales processes.
Learn more about the Prez listing advantage and let us sell your home by calling 628-1-BUY for Pella Real Estate Services.
Marion County Bank salutes farmers and their families in Marion County and the surrounding area. Hi, I'm Brian Hoosier, ag lender at Marion County Bank, and we know that for today's farmers to be successful, it takes more than just hard work and dedication. It takes a commitment. At Marion County Bank, we're committed to our area farmers' success too. We have the experience and expertise to help you with your farming operation, and we invite you to visit us in Pella or Knoxville for your ag lending needs. Thank you, farmers. Member FDIC.
Back inside our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse joining you today on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube and 92.1 KRLS as Pella leads 45-15. John, for the first time in a long time, not a whole lot to adjust here in our mid-game adjustments presented by the Young Door Service. It has to, I think, feel pretty good if you're the Pella girls to play the way they did in the first half, especially after how last night ended.
Yeah, like you said, not a lot of adjustments to make in this game. It was great to see them come out with the kind of energy they did and really push the pace in this one. But I think this one's more about what you don't want to do, in my opinion. You know, you played a great half. You want to make sure you don't see any letdown. You know, you want to get yourself to where you have some momentum you can carry into the next game. We got a tough game coming up next Tuesday, and they're definitely not looking at that yet. But come out in the third quarter and do the same thing. You don't want to kind of play two different halves and where you really have a letdown in the second half. So I'd like to see them just kind of keep doing what they're doing and keep pushing the pace.
Those are your second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Folks, the gurus of garage doors are DeYoung Door Service. Why? There is no better way, I should say, to adjust the look of your home than a garage door from the gurus of garage doors at DeYoung Door Service. On our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, do have a previous correction to what I said earlier. Ryan Van Donsler, Ryan Hancock, and Cody Heisman are still wrestling for first place. Pella was third as a team. I misread the tweet. So Pella is third as a team with 3 wrestlers in the finals and several others in the consolation bracket over at Solon. So congratulations. Another great Saturday as the Pella wrestling team, John, is really gaining momentum. It's a program that's, I think, on the rise for sure. Also, again, we're hoping for updates at some point today from Pella Knoxville Bowling, Pella Christian Sigourney Bowling. And then starting up here soon, in fact, they're live now on 94.3 KNIA, Indianola Conference foe taking on Sioux City West in a girls-boys doubleheader. That is the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, and that'll wrap up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front-end work, their no-appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella at Central Tire and Auto. Well, our creative idea is drawn up by Brand Appeal. I think Pella starts this half with their starters. John tries to get it to that 35 or even a 40-point margin, and then lets their JV players take it the rest of the way. That's the hope, right? They can get to a fast start here again.
Yeah, I think so. And what are we at, 30 right now? So another 5 points on that will be at a running clock. But, I think you'll see Jared stay with his starters, even if it's a good margin. A little bit in that fourth quarter, he kind of has a tendency to do that. Play a good, solid couple minutes, and then get as many people in the game as he can.
Your creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. When your team needs creative ideas, call the team at Brand Appeal, your agency for all your print, web, or interactive needs. Probably need to get a shout out to Ted Feldman from our home office who's watching along, telling me there's a very tall player from Pella that he has noticed. I guess he's talking about Haley Van Vark. So Ted Feldman over at our home office at KNIA KRLS Radio must be watching along. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
thank you, everyone.
We're going to have to get our NFL Live in here a little bit today, too. Any predictions on any predictions on the Packer-Rams today?
The Packers are running to the Super Bowl. I'm not going to say they're winning it, but they're the favorites in the NFC. And if Aaron Rodgers plays like he did during the regular season, they will win it all. He's had a phenomenal season. That's my prediction. I'm also extremely biased. Jared Goff with a broken thumb in 30-degree weather. I don't know how well he's going to do today. We'll see. There's my NFL Live for the one prediction I will wholly make on my own. The rest of the games we could talk about as the game unfolds. Here, our second half live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Looking for who else? Madison Negg picking up where she left off in the first half. She's up to 23 points, and she was wide open.
Well, PCM in that zone again, and Madison just found a hole in the back of that zone. Nobody saw her there, and we recognized it, so great job.
Starters on the floor for both teams. Steenhook, George, Wagaman, Baird, and Yortsoy for PCM. Then White, Deers, Vanderwall, Negg, and Peterson for Pella. Already 47-15, so 2 early points here for the Lady Dutch. Baird, a dribble drive, and she was cut off nicely, but an offensive rebound putback is in for Steenhook.
PCM might be better suited to try a little man-to-man here, even though they may not match up well. They're not covering that zone very well.
Coach Lindsay barking orders. Longtime girls head coach. Out to Reagan Van Wyk. Over to Vanderwall. Vanderwall flips it, skip pass to Deers. Now baseline, Reagan Van Wyk, dribble drive, layup is in. 7 points for Reagan, 49-17. Pella's just a few stops away in scores from getting us to a continuous clock situation here in the second half. And there's a whistle as Van Wyk was close on Steenhook, and the official didn't like how much contact there was.
Yeah, again, I love to see the aggressiveness. You just got to know where your body's at and try to avoid that contact. But she's right there where she wants to be. You can't bail them out with a foul.
PCM basketball down by 32. Yortsoy works it left side. 3 on the way for Wagaman. Right side missed. And there's Van Wyk the rebound, throwing it up ahead to Anna Vanderwall, who passes it in the corner. Deers in the corner, wide open for 3. No, good look, just a little long on the shot, but there's another offensive rebound for Veronica Peterson, her second, and it's tipped out of bounds by PCM in front of Coach Garland, who will hand the ball to the official. Far side, Pella working right to left here in the second half. Home white uniforms, PCM in their road burnt red and gold. 6:15 here in the third. Pella a 32-point lead. Deers on the right side on the perimeter. Out to Van Wyk, who was knocked into by Steenhook. No call. Back over to Faith. Skip pass over to Anna Vanderwall, who launches from 3. That's no good. Rebound, though, is tipped back out to Anna by Madison Negg. So Pella will keep the possession here with 5:33 remaining. Right side, Van Wyk. Dribbles with her left hand. Vanderwall cutting over to that right wing. Scooting through the center of the lane. The runner's off the window and through. Vanderwall has 8 points. A big offensive day for her.
Yeah, the classic Anna runner there. Nice to see her hit that one.
51-17. Pella a 34-point lead. Double team trap here on Baird, who will throw it into the waiting arms of Reagan Van Wyk. First turnover of the half over to Pella, who tried to push it ahead to Neg. This time PCM was there to cut off the easy layup, and it's Pella's ball underneath their own hoop. We do have a shoe tying situation here for Van Wyk.
Yeah, good run out again. I think she would have hit that pass about 2 steps sooner. It might have been there.
Third quarter, Pella. Baseline pass in the corner. Van Wyk on the inbound for 3. It's off the mark, no. Rebound is still loose. And Van Wyk nearly got a third foul. Instead, Baird a layup on a run out, no good. Yortsoy putback isn't good.
Fight.
And then a tie-up arrow keeps it with PCM. Peterson had it for a second. Yortsoy wound up pulling it away. You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS, KRLS HD1, Pella Knoxville, and on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. And then Vanderwall nearly tipped and stole it away. She'll step on the baseline or the sideline on her way out to try and get it back to Pella, but it will stay Mustangs ball. Baird to inbound, and then Van Wyk will tip the pass away over the head of Steenhoek, and Van Wyk will hit the crash pad.
Yeah, not making anything easy. Pella's getting in the passing lanes, and it's good to see them come out. You can tell they've talked about that a little bit, is we're going to come out aggressively, and especially on defense in this third quarter.
Well, they're not even guarding the inbound pass. They have 5 players guarding 4, and Baird may have had some contact, and then more contact as Yortsoy is hit on the arm by Vanderwall on an offensive rebound. 4 rebounds for Yortsoy, a senior for Coach Lindsay. Second foul for Vanderwall. Also 2 currently on Van Wyk, and 2 fouls in the half here for Pella. Although this game is not going to come down to free throws.
No, and now you kind of see it. That's where back-to-back days playing. You see some hands on the hips, that kind of thing, just getting a little bit tired, but got to fight through this quarter.
Yortsoy will knock them both. And it's back to a 32-point margin. But flashing in transition, open is Reagan Van Wyk as she gets 9 points and the easy layup.
Again, getting behind the defense there, and we're recognizing that. Great job by Pella there.
53-19. Bounce pass down low. Yortsoy can't get it off the window. And Van Wyk will rip the rebound out and eventually get it over to her teammate Vanderwall. Good play on the baseline, tiptoeing for Van Wyk. And then in transition, Madison Neg counted and one. Madison Neg pours it in again, 25 points for the senior.
Madison smiling about that one. I think she might have surprised herself a little bit, but great control there. It was a tough pass to catch. She got it and got control of it and put it off the glass and won.
Yortsoy's 4th foul, and there's nothing else she could do. She tried everything she could to make sure Madison didn't make the basket, but good strength there from Madison. And she'll pour it in and let the clock run, John.
Yeah, we'll see if we can maintain that, right? What do we have, 30?
It's 35. So if it gets back to below 25 is when you stop the continuous clock.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So there is a pad. Baird is fouled on their way to the hole, and it's on the floor. And we're going to get the line change here to the second team. Kylie Tauke, Haley Van Vark, Anna Childerston, Mia Warner, and Jasmine Namiga all coming in. Coach Garland's gone 11 deep so far. We have yet to see Van Zee, Schmitz, Riggin in the lineup for Coach Garland.
5 for 5. Yeah, it's good to see. We'll just expect these 5 to play this quarter out, especially with the running clock. And don't be surprised if you see the starting 5 in for another couple minutes in the fourth quarter.
George will knock in the shot, 56-21. Over to Tauke.
Now it looks like PCM switched that man-to-man.
And Tauke misses the baseline runner. Baird will collect the rebound for the Mustangs. And she'll stop, drop, knock in a 3-point shot that just falls off the rim. Davis, though, the offensive rebound. And then Baird, dribble drive. That shot just inside the free throw line doesn't go, and the rebound goes to Mia Warner. Warner knocks it in downtown. It's Childerston for three.
A nice ball fake by Baird for PCM on the other end. Just didn't quite get the shot.
59-21. Childerston has 8 points in this one on the other side, as Baird will knock it in for two. Back and forth we go. The JV got it, and all of a sudden we're back and forth. Plus a few varsity here, as Tauke and Namiga are regulars in the rotation, but the rest of these players see plenty of time in the openers. And there's Tauke launching a three. Doesn't fall. Steenhook clears it for PCM. Down the floor the Mustangs go. 59-23. Pella up by 36.
Yeah, let's see if we can't continue to try to get the ball inside down to Van Vark and Namiga here.
Warner
Still
gets
have the advantage.
Warner gets her second rebound. Childerston flashing in the lane. Mia Warner finishes for two. Warner on the board, and a good transition pass made there. Childerston waited for a second. She didn't just let it go. She waited until she was open.
That's the patience you talked about earlier. Yeah, just can't start to rush things as you get late in games. That was a great example of it.
61-23, all Lady Dutch. Continuous clock is running here at Pella High School here in the third. Though we've had no excuses to stop the clock just yet. Long rebound will stay with PCM's Baird after a missed three and a whistle and a foul.
I would say it's on the ground, but let's see if we get...
And they'll call two shots. First foul for Namiga. This will stop the clock.
That's the one place, it's about the only place it stops, isn't it, on free throws?
Yeah. And timeouts. But that's would happen in a normal game anyway. First is in for Baird. I'm not in a rush, John. There's nothing rushing me after this. Hey, we're here to call basketball. It's a part of the gig. Enjoy what I do. But if you can hear...
We can put Packers on the other screen, maybe on the pull up the area.
Yeah, tell Jim to get it on over there. I'll pull it up. I'll have it at some point. 61-25, Pella, minute 41 remaining here in the third. Skip past Childerston. Nearly fell over.
Yeah, nice catch here in control.
Back over to Anna from Jasmine, flipping it over to Tauke. Tauke bounce pass down low, and a tie-up. Good job by PCM coming in and nabbing it there from Van Vark. Arrow keeps it with Pella. Minute 19 and counting, 61-25. Bounce pass in, Van Vark kicks it out to Warner. Skip pass to an open Childerston. Launches, left corner three, no. Falls off the front of the rim. Loose ball rebound is pinned by PCM, and a jump ball will go over to PCM.
Yeah, Van Vark does a nice job in the post, gets good position. I think as she gains some experience and strength, that she gets a little bit more experience, that she's going to be a force in there.
47 seconds left in the third, all Pella. Steenhook has it tipped away, and then a whistle and a foul on Warner as she knocked into Steenhook, nearly got the steal. On the floor, fifth foul for Pella, and looks like Coach Garland wants the starters back in for a little bit longer. So the starting five back in: Van Wyk, Vanderwall, Deers, Peterson, and Neg. Likely for the last time today. 61-25, and the shot is in for PCM. As Lily Baird has some nice touch. In the corner, Deers out to Vanderwall. Vanderwall top of the key three, off the front of the rim, no. And the board is controlled by Ellie Davis of PCM. Half-court shot, doesn't fall. Pella 61, PCM 27, after three. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Dude, what are you doing?
Just stealing candy from a baby.
I shouldn't even have to ask, but why?
I just upped my branding game with Brand Appeal, and they were right. It really was as easy as stealing candy from a baby.
You're right. This is easy. Yours, mine, yours, mine.
So what are you waiting for? Up your branding, print, web, interactive, and video game with Brand Appeal. It's as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Brand Appeal. Jump on the brand wagon.
Hi, this is Tim Grotenhuis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella, and I'd like to say thank you to my staff and the community. You voted our fresh, never frozen burger as the best burger in Marion County. Thank you to our loyal guests for supporting us, and thank you to my staff for the hard work you put in every day to make sure we're putting out not only Marion County's best burgers, but also our famous frozen custard and all of the other great menu items at Culver's. We're locally owned and involved in your community, Culver's Restaurant in Pella.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, do have some Hy-Vee Fuel Saver to give away, as Harold Van Strylen has won 50 cents on his Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card. Make sure you stop by the Pella Hy-Vee and register for your chance to win in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver radio 3-point challenge. Lady Dutch with the ball in the corner. Nag looking to add to her 25-point performance, and a tie up on the rebound will take it over to PCM. So, Mustangs down by 34, continuous clock. We did reach 35 at one point in that third quarter, which means that Pella, unless it gets back to a 25-point game, will keep the clock running for the exception of shooting fouls, and that'll be a shooting foul. That was on Vanderwall. That's her fourth.
I say she's getting close by now.
2 shots coming for Baird. Baird has 10 points for the Mustangs. She is 4 of 6 from the line.
Don't want to see anybody foul out, so hopefully Anna can avoid that fifth. While she's in there, expecting to be in there a couple minutes.
In case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, both in for Lily Baird. It's a 25-point performance for Madison Nag. All Pella with the continuous clock running, and then a foul called as number 32 Davis went through Peterson to tip the ball away. It will stay Pella ball. Clock is running with 7 minutes here in the fourth. Vanderwall will tempo this possession. That was, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians. Deers looking for more from 3. Can't get it to fall, but an offensive rebound to Anna. Vanderwall looking for Nag, center of the lane. Bounce pass. There's the extra pass and the extra 2 for Annika Peterson.
Well executed there. A little high-low action.
63-29. Baird has 12 points for the Mustangs, leading them here in this fourth quarter.
I think that's about her average, I believe. Leading scorer.
Yep, and another foul called here on Pella.
Shooting fouls, of course, so...
Clock will stop.
Yeah.
That's on Van Wyk. That's her third. So Paige Steenhook's at the foul line.
I think Jared's getting a little sweat on his forehead over there a little bit, thinking that's not what I want.
Exactly. The road ahead, presented by Two Rivers Cooperative, takes us back here to Pella High School on Tuesday. Both shots are in, by the way, for Paige Steenhook. We'll tell you about that 63-31 here in just a moment. Right side, Van Wyk skips it, and it's tipped, and it is not quite stolen by Steenhook. She stepped on the baseline. Will stay Pella ball at the half court. Pella will host ranked Des Moines Christian in Class 3A. Should have a couple of really good games, in fact, between the girls and boys. As DMC comes to town, our coverage will begin at 6 o'clock on 92.1 KRLS. The road ahead, presented by Two Rivers Cooperative. Stay on the road ahead with their top-tier detergent gasoline from the Car Trail pumps in Pella and Otley. That is Two Rivers Cooperative. 100 years as a farmer-owned co-op. Baseline dribble drive in White for 2, and she's in double figures. 11 points for Reagan.
Nice play. We've been last couple times on the court. We've run a couple set plays, just seeing if we can execute down the stretch here. Rebound
after a missed 3 for the Mustangs will go to Van Wyk. 65-31. Flips it over to Faith Deers. Deers well outside of the perimeter. There's that same play again, and Paige Steenhook's read that pass a couple of times now, couldn't quite get the steal. So she's seeing it coming now on the skip pass. On the floor for the Mustangs, Emma George and Celeste Wagaman. Pella will keep their starting 5 on.
Yeah, it looks like we're trying to see if we can execute that. Maybe something we want to use down the stretch. That guard coming off a high screen and getting the skip pass over to her.
Left side to Van Wyk in the corner.
Again, trying to set it up. Opposite way.
Dribbles, top of the circle. Looks for a 3, and it's in.
Nice shot.
Reagan Van Wyk pours it in off the dribble. She has 14 points. And she's become a more consistent scoring threat, and she's obviously the bulldog, John, of this team. Just the high energy. She's going to be in-your-face player.
Yeah, that's a quiet 14. The attention offensively has kind of been on Madison Nag, but It's a quiet 14 for Reagan, and a lot of that's coming off getting to the basket.
And a Pella Hy-Vee timeout, and Coach Garland's now officially calling off the Dogs, as that second team will come back in after this Pella Hy-Vee timeout. We will keep it right here. Let's tell you about the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, as we'll get to a Pella Wrestling update, see if they have anything updated. Last check-in, it was Ryan Hancock, Ryan Van Donsler, Cody Heisman looking for first place medals today. In Solon, the Pella Wrestling team standing at third in that invitational as well. Also awaiting Strawberry Cellular instant radio updates from Indianola, Sioux City West, who just got underway on 94.3 KNIA. That's the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse coming to you from Pella High School, where, in case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians and Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, Pella scored the game's opening 14 points and have never looked back, up 68-31. Here's Kylie Tauke. Tauke wraps a bounce pass around to Namiga. Namiga back out to Kylie. Kylie step back, looking for more from a deep, and it doesn't go. Childerson, though, the baseline rebound, as she'll keep it for Pella. Nearly throws it away. Tauke will eventually get to it. Center of the lane. Here's Jasmine. Right-hand hook shot. Doesn't fall. She'll get her own rebound. Bounce it back out to Childerson. Childerson looking for a three. She can't get it to go. And another offensive rebound here for Pella, as they keep this possession going.
Yeah, last rebound, I was looking for Jasmine. Put that right back up as she was a couple feet from the basket.
Mia Warner looking for Namiga, who has to fight for the ball, and she'll get to it, knocking a PCM player down. That was Paige Steenhook. Now baseline, Childerston, floater. Maybe could have taken an extra dribble, but it doesn't matter. For a second, it was another offensive rebound, and on the arrow, it will stay with Pella.
Yeah, Childerson had an open lane to the basket. Like you said, one more dribble, and it could have been a layup off the glass rather than that little floater.
I think she wasn't sure if there was a defender coming or not, but either way, it's still Pella ball, 68-31 with 3:37 remaining, and there's a steal. It's Paige Steenhook stepping in front of a pass, and a Pella turnover, just their third of the half here. Played very clean basketball here today. 8 turnovers is what I have them for. It was, I think, a shot, and then it was tipped off the backboard, and it should be Pella ball, and it is. Lady Dutch lead 68-31 with 3:04 remaining. We'll see how deep Coach Garland goes even further into the bench, with Schmitz and Van Zee looking like they'll get some opportunities here today. Reminder, we do have boys basketball coming up between the Mustangs and the Lady Dutch.
Between the Mustangs and the Dutch, you're saying, I think, right?
Mustangs and the Dutch.
Yeah,
we got Mustangs, Lady Dutch now. Thank you, John. Dribble drive, Tauke, count it. And one. Tauke a chance at 3. And she's on the board. That makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different Pella players scoring today. Van Vark, Namiga, the other two who have played have yet to find the scoreboard. Both Van Varks, I should say. And
what are we
rebound.
shooting for free throws today? You have that stat?
We're actually doing pretty well. Very unofficially, I have Pella 7 of 9. So, good. You'll take that
right,
every game.
We'll take that 75 to 80% any game.
Baird gets to shoot 2 after a foul on the other side.
It's good to get to the line. You know, if you can get to the line double-digit times in a game, that's a good sign too.
70-31 Pella. 2:32 remaining here in the fourth in our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. The second is in. 13 points for Baird to lead the Mustangs. 2:27 remaining, fourth quarter. Pella with the ball. Haley Van Vark out to Childerston. Looking for Haley, cutting in, and she's fouled. And that's all Baird could do. If not, it was going to be an easy layup. I think they're going to call that on the floor, though.
Oh, it was a continuation we've been seeing.
Yeah. And it looks like Kennedy Van Vark, Eliza Van Zee, Maddie Schmitz, Kiki Riggin, and I don't have a 54. Do you have the JV roster over there, John, by chance?
I think I do.
Dave Van Gorp just said it.
54.
Yeah.
Elia Riddick.
I think that's who that is.
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
I'm not sure either. Van Gorp has a better roster than we do.
Kiki Riggin in.
Yep. It's Pella basketball for Van Vark. Over to Riggin. Riggin in the post. Has it tipped and stolen. And that is Celeste Wagaman who comes up with it. Shot misses. Rebound to Eliza Van Zee.
Good defense by Maddie Schmitz there.
And there's the unselfish pass. Shot is blocked in the lane. And then an offensive rebound here for Pella. And the ball goes to the Mustangs. So I'll try to... If you want to hand me the roster you got there, John. Not that I don't trust you, I just want to read it with my own eyes. I mean, it has to be Riddick, or I'm not sure who else it could be. So we apologize, Pella fans. We do not have a roster. If someone knows and wants to send me an old tweet or message, feel free to let me know. 38 seconds remaining. PCM on offense, down 70-32. 2-point shot doesn't go. Offensive rebound is in for Wagaman. Or excuse me, Yortsoy. She has 4 offensive rebounds of her 5 here today. 21 points, or 21 seconds left here in a 36-point lead. Shot misses. Riggin tried to get the rebound. It doesn't fall. And here are the Mustangs with Maddie Reed.
Text from more reliable Travis Thompson here. Might be Tristan Gordon.
Okay.
Number 54.
Well, I would trust Travis. He can text me too now.
Thank you, Travis.
That takes us to the end of this game. Either way, it's all Pella in this one, 70-34. We have a brief edition of your Cabinet Design of Pella Radio postgame show coming up right after this.
At Laley, we continue to provide the latest innovations for the dairy industry. Our robotic milking systems put more milk in the tank.
Lily Baird led the way for PCM with 13, 7 for Emma George, and 6 for Riley Yortsoy. And those are your final stats tonight, brought to you by Mid-Iowa Painters and Construction on 92.1 at KRLS. And Pella improves to 6-6 overall. And John, they've got a daunting look ahead as we actually wrap up our brief edition of the Cabinet Design of Pella Radio postgame show, where they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Let's first give away our McCall Monumental Play of the Game, Player of the Game. John, our Play of the Game has to be the 14-0 run Pella had at the start. They came out with the fire they needed to, the intensity they needed to, and they are on the way to having a great bounce-back win, and they did so here today.
Yeah, they did exactly what they had to do. You know, like we talked about in the pregame, they've had a tough stretch the last 3 games. And then you're coming off one that you expect it to be a good game. Pella Christian and Pella is always going to be a tight game, no matter what kind of season they're having. But a tough loss. And then it's a Saturday game coming back the next morning, and you never know what kind of energy you're going to have. But they set the pace from the start. And I know you're probably going to lead into your Player of the Game, but I'll let you announce that. But
I think you can say it.
Yeah, Madison Egg.
Yeah, 26 points in. And she, Coach Garland said before the game or after the game last night against PC and before today, he wanted to see his senior leader step up. And Madison Egg is a potential all-state player, and she showed why today. She took over early and did not let Pella have a letdown.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit, is that leadership by Madison Egg. And you really need somebody like that to take the bull by the horns and kind of set the pace early and kind of show this team, okay, this is what we need to do. We're not going to let some of these losses get to us. And that kind of leadership down the stretch is one thing we didn't really mention is, okay, what does Pella need to do in the second half? They need somebody like that to take over and just lead this team, especially in those fourth quarter stretches. But great effort by Madison tonight.
Your McCall Monumental Play of the Game and Player of the Game. When it's time to memorialize your loved one or pre-plan your own, trust the area's leading monument designer and installer, McCall Monument on Old Highway 163 West in Pella. Let's go ahead and go in closing, presented by Hopkins Roofing. Tough test for Pella bouncing back on Tuesday. They needed this win because they've got the number 2 team in Class 3A coming. Des Moines Christian comes to town for a non-conference game. your thoughts about the Lions and what Pella needs to do to try and knock off a very talented 3A team.
Yeah, and that is a well-balanced, from what I know of Des Moines Christian, a well-balanced team. And you say, yeah, they're number 2 in 2A, I think.
3A. They're in 3A,
3A
for the girls.
Yeah, and they're definitely all of that. Like we said, they gave Indianola their only loss. Dallas and Grimes in our conference did get them, pretty handily, which was a surprise, but that's maybe not a surprise, but maybe a little bit of a down night for Des Moines Christian, but they're going to be very good. It's going to be a very tough out-of-conference test for us.
In closing, presented by Hopkins Roofing. Roofing done for good in this broadcast of Pella girls basketball is done for good. Apparently, I think the stream was just going in between games when we gave our shout-out between, so let's give it again to Courtney Thompson for getting us the name of the mystery Pella player as she's on her way to Baylor. A 4-year player and a 4-sport athlete and a multiple-year starter for Coach Garland. Good to see and hear from Courtney and her family. Travis and obviously all of them are big supporters of Pella Athletics, and I know that Courtney loves the Dutch.
Yep, give a shout-out to Thompsons. Love you guys. Glad you're listening. Courtney, definitely miss you. Good luck at Baylor.
Second semester.
Second semester.
Time flies.
Second semester. Good luck at going back to Baylor, but good to hear from you guys.
All these kids can stop growing up. I can tell you that for much. It's just, man, time. I'm noticing it now, right? I'm turning 30 and all that stuff. But yeah, anyway, good to hear from them. Good to hear from anyone who's joining us. We've got Pella boys basketball action when we come back on 92.1 KBLS and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube.
At Ulrich Ford & Lincoln, area residents have trusted us since 1935, and they trust us today as we continue taking care of you. A big part of that trust is because we're here after the sale with local service, and that's especially important in today's technology age. There can be a big learning curve when you buy a new vehicle, and we're here for you to stop by anytime with any question, no matter how big or small. So for your next vehicle purchase, find out for yourself why so many area residents trust Ulrich Ford & Lincoln in Pella, where we're taking care of you.
Slushy, fluffy, wet, heavy. Snow comes in all kinds of forms, and none of them are fun to shovel. So take the work out of clearing your driveway with the Toro snowblower that handles them all. Choose the single-stage Power Clear that's easy to maneuver, or the two-stage Power Clear and Power Clear HD that take on deep, compacted snow without clogging. Don't let winter slow you down. Find the perfect Toro snowblower today at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella.
It's volunteer season. Pella Corporation thanks those who volunteer to make our area a great place to live. It's clear that when you volunteer, you're helping others. On the job, the Pella team creates energy-efficient Pella windows and doors for homes and businesses throughout North America. And once the job is done, many Pella Corporation team members volunteer to make a difference in their communities. Let's hear a cheer for volunteers. For more information on exciting careers at Pella Windows and Doors, visit pella.com/careers.
When you're doing business in a community, it makes a difference who you do business with. Kevin Wadley CPA in Knoxville does tax returns, electronics filing, and general bookkeeping, what CPA doesn't. But Kevin also knows the value of offering more than just business. You'll see Kevin supporting the community through civic organizations, working with our young people, volunteering his time to local organizations, and more. That's dedication to the future of Marion County. Never underestimate the value of a CPA. Kevin Wadley CPA in Knoxville.
There's a place in downtown Pella that takes you right to the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and Dutch architecture providing a classic old world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat. The Molengraat is home to some of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, and Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
And we welcome you back to the Midtown Tire Team Radio pregame show. The Midtown Tire Team cheering on the Pella basketball team as they get set for action tonight in Game 2 of our matinee broadcast of Saturday afternoon basketball as the number 1 in Class 3A Pella Dutch coming in at 9-0, taking on the 6-6 PCM Mustangs. I'm Andrew Schneider alongside John Holterhouse, welcoming you back to Pella High School after the Pella girls dominated at 70-34. I know the Dutch have their sights on a similar performance here today, especially after last night, John, as we look at our McCall Monumental Radio keys to the game. PCM Pella Christian played a really good second half while Pella did not, and made that a very competitive game in otherwise what probably shouldn't have been on paper a competitive game. The Dutch are looking for a big bounce back here today.
Yeah, and that rivalry with Pella Christian is usually going to turn out like that. And I thought it was a 15 at halftime, ends up being a tight couple-point game at the end. But games like that where you really have to fight for, I'm going to tell you the same thing I did for our first game today is how will you come out today? You got to put about everything you had into that. This game, a lot of times, PCM on paper should be kind of the same. I think, that Pella's one we should control. But it's one of those kind of more local rivalries again. There's been some tough matchups between PCM and Pella on the boys' side for sure. So, they're going to want to come out and set the tone of this one early as well. In the same way, put the pressure on them and see if we can dictate how the pace of this game goes.
Those are your McCall Monumental Radio keys to this game. Don't burden your loved ones with planning a memorial after you're gone. Pre-plan yours and trust the family at McCall Monument, the area's leading monument designer and installer on Old Highway 163 in Pella. Do have a Strawberry Cellular instant radio update. Enter Trevor's cell phone noise. Indianola 20, Sioux City West 2. That is a girls score after 1. So that's over live on 94.3 KNIA, and we'll have some more Strawberry Cellular instant radio updates from that one coming up later. You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS Pella Knoxville, KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella, and on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. Bank Iowa is a proud supporter of Pella High School athletics. They're donating $10 for every three-pointer made at home this season. John, they're getting fleeced. That's great. I'm glad they're donating to the booster clubs, but we have great three-point shooting teams here. Thank you, Bank Iowa, for your support of both athletic programs. Go Eagles and go Dutch. Yeah, between that and Fuel Saver, Pella makes a lot of our listeners very happy.
I think so. Hopefully those contributors knew what they're signing up for.
I think they did. And we're glad to have them on board, especially that direct support to the Booster Club in a year where we're not able to have full crowds. Thank you, Bank Iowa.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Hy-Vee, for your support with the 3-point challenge as well, and all of our great sponsors that join us each and every night, including Miniga Pest Control. It's time for our starting lineups here from Pella High School. For the Dutch, nothing different. The number 1 team in Class 3A has number 2, Ryan Mace, number 13, Carl Miller, the Driller, Josh Warner, number 20. Apparently, Pogo is Trevor's new name for Parker Elder. We'll see if we can fit that one in due to his hops. Number 23, and Grant Nelson, the bulldog of this Pella lineup, and a All-Stater for sure, I think, this year, wearing number 34. For PCM, it's Carson Vandaloon, number 2. Number 15, Andrew Mitchell. Number 21, Gatlin Bell. Number 24, Durant Van Dyke. And number 32, Grant Landgrebe. Your starting lineups presented by Miniga Pest Control. Sean and his team want to kill your bugs. Call 628-3198 for Miniga Pest Control. Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse inside our Midtown Tire Team Radio pregame show. We'll take a quick commercial timeout, and when we come back, your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Light and State Bank. We're all spending more time at home these days, so why not make your home a place you love to be? Whether that means upgrading your kitchen with a home equity loan or getting a change of scenery by purchasing a new home, the experts at Light and State Bank are here to help. Your satisfaction is our goal, and that means getting you to your closing date as quickly and smoothly as possible. Give us a call to discuss your home purchase or refinance needs, or find us online at lightenbank.com. Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You gave your kids a new puppy or kitten for Christmas. Let's make sure we take care of him. This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, and we have a new puppy and kitten program that provides the attention they need. It involves physical exams, vaccinations, diets, and most importantly, information for you so that you can provide the best care for your new family member. Schedule your new puppy or kitten visit by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
And that'll wrap up our Midtown Tire Team radio pregame show. The Midtown Tire Team cheering on the Pella High basketball team as they get set for action tonight. Number 1 in 3A Pella taking on 6-6 PCM. Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse back here at Pella High School. Let's go ahead and take a look at your colors of the game presented by Lampert Lumber. The Mustangs are in their road burnt red maroon jerseys with the gold numbers. Pella in their home whites with green numbers and letters. And your colors of the game presented by Lampert Lumber. Whether it's a new deck, siding, or remodel, or painting around the house, Lampert Lumber has the tools and colors to make your home dreams a reality. Pella and the starting lineup's about to be announced here on the floor as we get you set for opening tip. Also on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, Pella 70, PCM 34 was a girls' final. Also Indianola 20, Sioux City West 2. And then the Pella wrestling team was wrestling for a couple of first-place finishes at the Solon tournament. Ryan Van Donsler, Ryan Hancock, and Cody Heisman in the finals. That's your Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. They're serving you and building community across the county with their locations in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher, Dallas. So, John, while we have a moment and they announce the lineups here on the floor, again, I think it's more of the same. It's a matter of taking care of business. And I know that sounds simple, but I think the Dutch here with a really good Des Moines Christian team coming to town on Tuesday want to get this one out of the way. I think they want to just get off to a really strong start, just like the girls did. Maybe even get to potential continuous clock territory if they play well enough.
Yeah, potentially. I agree 100%. Just want to come out and dictate this one right away, especially on the defensive side. Defense is going to lead to offensive points, I think, the same way. PCM, though, I think you mentioned earlier, a much improving team.
They are. They're growing.
Yeah, off to a little slow start, and been playing well. So they can hang for, potentially. So
there are a lot of athletes on this PCM team that were just playing in the Unidome.
Oh, yeah.
This past fall. They have a lot of good athletes. It's just a matter of developing them as basketball players, and obviously 600 wins walking up and down the sideline there. Fred Lawrence, and one of the all-time greats in Iowa high school history. Derek Schulte well on his way, obviously, with the way that job he did at Montezuma before he got here, building that program to where they are now with the Shearer boys and all the state tournaments, and obviously turning this Pella boys basketball team into a perennial contender here at state, continuing the long tradition here. And when this Pella team plays well, John, they are just so deadly. They can beat you a lot of ways. And one player I know you brought up to me before the game we want to talk about, he's at the end of the starting lineups there, number 4, Noah Allen. He's the first one off the bench. He could really be a huge addition to this team if he can fit in. Yeah, I'm anxious to see Noah play. This is the first time. I didn't get a chance to see the game last night, unfortunately. But first chance I'll get to see Noah play. And it'll be interesting to see how he gets into the mix. It's going to take a little bit. I think Schulte mentioned it on one of your radio interviews one time. Whenever you get somebody that just comes into the rotation, it takes a little bit to figure out how that's all going to work. And if anybody has an off night, he can come in there and just plug and play. And I think he's going to be a great contributor to this team. Your opening tip is presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Dutch Mill Supply is your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Durant Van Dyke in the circle for PCM. Parker Elder in the circle for the Dutch. The ball is in the air, and it's the Mustangs getting our opening tip, presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Carson Vandaloon over the half-court line. Works it right side to Grant Landry. Dribble, drive, right side floater, and an offensive foul called. Josh Warner last night, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, took 5 charges in the game.
Oh, did he really?
And then he takes his number 6 in less than 24 hours. His backside has to be a little sore.
So he might rest tomorrow and ice a little bit.
Yeah, that might help him a little bit. But he plays that way. That's his tenacity. Dribble, drive, layup doesn't go. And the rebound is tipped over to Andrew Mitchell of PCM.
Speaking of Josh Warner, great drive to the basket there. Just missed the open layup.
7:30 remaining here in the first, scoreless between the Mustangs and the Dutch. Miller is guarding Gatlin Bell. Here's Mitchell. Works it left side to Grant Landry. In the corner now, the Mustangs. Number 24, Van Dyke, kicks it back out to Bell. Turnaround free throw line, no good. The shot is, and it's Josh Warner the rebound.
Yeah, and Pella gets the rebound and off and run, and that's what they want to do. Leaves an open shot here.
Nelson on the way for 3, can't get it to go, but there's Ryan Mace. If at first you don't succeed, John, try again. There's another 3 for Grant Nelson. He'll get the scoring started here today. 3 points for Grant.
Yeah, you could see him coming out today and being a lot like Neg was in the first game. Might help set the pace of this one.
He had a dominating first half against PC, but it was kind of shut down there in the second, but that's when Carl Miller stepped up. That's what it's like to have 2 elite players on your roster, John. 3 and the answer doesn't fall, and there's another rebound. 2 already for Warner. He also has a charge, forcing a turnover for PCM. Elder thought about the corner 3, instead dribble drive, kicks it out in the corner. Carl Miller, the driller, rims out, no.
Well, yeah, that was right on line. Hit every part of the inside of the rim.
Just didn't hit the bottom of the net. 3-0. 6:18 remaining here in the first. You don't leave Carl Miller too open if you can help it, but PCM did in that possession. He almost made him pay. Right side, Vandaloon, dribble, center of the lane now, cuts up, floater, can't get it to go. Rebound is tipped, and Pella kind of just stood around for a second, and eventually getting it was Durant Van Dyke. And then a right side floater doesn't fall. This time Miller clears it for Pella. Nelson kicks it out. Right side, Warner. Back over to Miller. Top of the circle. This time for 3, and he knocks it in flush.
Yeah, he's not going to miss many of those being that open.
Carl Miller, the driller, on the board. 6-0 Pella early. 5:42 remaining here in the first.
Yeah, and just early in this game, Pella's had some really open looks. I mean, nobody within 5 feet of the shooters.
Well, and you're leaving the 2 best players on the floor, Nelson and Miller, open.
That's the last 2 you want to leave open.
With 5:30 remaining.
Not to say that anybody on this team can't hit that shot.
No. But those are definitely the ones you can't. There's a steal after a missed dribble by PCM. It's Grant Nelson, the dribble drive, and lays it in for 2.
Yeah, and that's the speed of Grant right there. An early timeout. That's the speed of Grant. He wasn't really behind the defense. He just beat him off the dribble. Got to the basket faster than they could cover him.
And it's a Pella Hy-Vee timeout. 8-0 our score here after 1. Strawberry Cellular instant radio update. Indianola at one point had a 30-0 run on Sioux City West. It's 38-10 as the Indians lead in the girls game at the half. Boys action will follow on 94.3 KNIA, a Strawberry Cellular instant radio update. So Warner, I got my charge counter on here with X's next to his name to see if he can get to 5 again last night. Pella, though, 8-0. A little bit of a slow start, but here's the thing. PCM, and I think Coach Lawrenson was upset. You can't leave those 2 players open. And again, like you said, other Pella players are going to contribute. We don't mean to demean them, but Nelson and Miller are all-state caliber players, and if you leave them that wide open, they're going to kill you.
Yeah, but at the same time, if you're PCM, there's players you want to make beat you, you know, and you don't want to leave the 2 sharpshooters open.
8-0. Here comes some full court pressure for Pella. Nearly a tip and a steal by Mace.
Great hustle by Mace.
Mitchell will recover, though, at the volleyball line. Now at the top of the circle, works it right side, bounce pass over to Augie Stock. Stock was the quarterback of that PCM football team. Young athlete who's got a lot of potential up the way in Monroe. Bullet pass down low, Bell. Through traffic, he'll get the first 2 for the Mustangs. Tough shot there for Bell, and he makes it. Left side, Carl Miller, wide open for 3. You can't do it.
Not going to miss those. Not going to miss them.
He should have 9 points. He had one that rimmed out.
Nobody within 5 feet of him.
He'll get back-to-back 3s, though, 11-2. Mary Klein wins the easiest 50 cents on our Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Challenge of the year. We're giving away Fuel Saver savings during every 3-point made, not every 3-pointer made, but every time a 3-pointer is made in a half in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio 3-point challenge. A 3rd turnover. Good pressure defense there by Mason Nelson, forcing the PCM player to step on the baseline.
Yeah, that one right in front of a little bit of a student section we got there made him hear that.
It's 11-2. Right side, Carl Miller looking for more. Yes! Carl Miller has made 3 in a row from downtown. And
he's going to have a big night. If the defense is a little better that time, a little closer, but still did not contest the shot. It's going to be a long night. Yeah.
Count it, and one on the other side for Durant Van Dyke.
Or not night, afternoon, I guess I could say.
He'll make it feel like night.
Yeah.
With that kind
Lights
of rhythm there, 14-4. Here's the thing, though. It's dangerous if you leave Miller open early in a game because he's going to take that shot, right, John? If he gets in any rhythm, then the contested ones become a problem, too, because he's feeling it.
Yeah. He's been known to do that, go on hot streaks like that. So you're right.
The Ankeny game,
that kind of start.
He was a monster in that Ankeny game. Durant Van Dyke will finish the 3-point play. He's up to 3 in the game. 14-5. Pella on top of PCM. Left side, Nelson. In the corner, Ryan Mace. Still go in the corner, looking for 3. Yes.
Well, like we said, other players on this team can hit that, and it's it's just who do you not guard? But at this point, they're not guarding hardly anybody on the 3-point line.
Tip and a steal for Ryan Mace. 4th
nice
PCM
pass.
turnover. Looking for Grant Nelson and an easy 2 in transition. Thanks for playing, PCM. The Dutch are on a roll here early. 19-5. Here's Mitchell. Right side looking for an open Gatlin Bell. Waits for the defense. Can't miss or can't make the point-blank shot. Then a turnover after the rebound floater doesn't go. And another rebound for Warner.
Just quick shout-out to Pogo. Is that what we call him?
Yeah, that's what Trevor calls him.
Parker Elder. He's very unselfish. He's not really looking to score all the time, although he can for sure.
Yes.
Very athletic, but he does such a great job on passes like that, defensively, getting his hands in passing lanes, all the little things, you want of a player. He helps Pella.
He's had to fit into that point guard role, which I don't think was natural to him coming into the season. But he's done a good job. There's the alley-oop, and they can't finish. Elder nearly slammed it in. Right on the inbounds play, it was out to Nelson, and he fired a perfect pass and just missing it was Elder. Rebound to PCM and Augie Stock.
That was a called play. You could see it coming all the way. I thought he had that one.
And a pass tipped. Miller gets the steal.
Look ahead.
And here come the Dutch, but they'll throw it away. And that steal goes to Bell. And then a shot left wing for three. Doesn't go. Ryan Mace clears it for the Dutch. Pella running out. Looking for Elder. Elder will step back, work it over to Mace.
See, just like that, it looked like Parker had an open shot, but doesn't take it. He knows that's not necessarily what they want in that part of the offense.
Well, there's Nelson for three. That's what they want.
And that is what you want.
Nelson wide open, 10 points for Grant. 22-5, Pella 2:14 here in the first. This is the part of the game where I think Pella was missing it last night against PCM. They weren't able to get these runouts. They weren't able to get clean threes. Right-handed hook shot doesn't fall. They were getting out-rebounded by Pella Christian. And tonight, or this afternoon, a little bit different.
Yeah, it's not happening today.
And now Pella. Nelson looking for more! And the answer is yes, he's got it. 25-3 as he buries another three. And Nelson has made four of them. And I think he's 4 of 4.
Look at the hustle. Look at the hustle.
There's a steal over to Warner. Warner will get fouled from behind after he gets the steal.
You know, I tell you, we talked about in both games. We talked about how we're going to come out today after playing tough matches last night. Not matches, but games last night. Both teams today have come out with tremendous energy. It's just it's almost like making a statement.
25-5, Pella at the line for two is Josh Warner. Warner pours it in.
Here comes Noah Allen into the game.
And Allen will get some extended minutes as he continues to try and acclimate in for Ryan Mace. Ben Bollard's in the house on a Saturday. Pay this guy some overtime. Second is in. Warner makes both. And it's 27-5 Dutch. And there's still 97 seconds left here in the first.
So you're seeing a 1-2-2 defense. I know Pella likes to use that a lot. Not necessarily a high-pressure trap defense, but just makes you throw over some long arms there with Parker Elder at the top of it.
Then try to shoot over those long arms, and finishing is Gatlin Bell. Here come the Dutch. They're not slowing down. They got Preston Rowe, Noah Allen, give and go pass. Look at that move, and then a shot blocked. And PCM on the other side will finish for two. So Lindsay will get in here and get a quick couple points. On the right side, looking for three was Nelson. He misses his first, but an offensive rebound. Rowe kicks it out in the corner. Carl Miller for three. Oh, yeah. Carl Miller's 4 of 5 from three. So is Grant Nelson. It's 30-9. Pella is also...
Yeah, they're just losing track of him, doing a little bit of an inside-out game, and PCM's losing track of Miller in the corner.
Pella has made 9 of their first 13 from downtown.
9 1/4. That's...
And there is a shot, or excuse me, 8. I think they've got 8.
Carl,
either I don't know. I've lost track.
He's looking for it again.
And there's Miller, contested in the corner for 3! 5 in the corner for Carl Miller. Whoa, boy.
I tell you, I was calling that halfway down the court. It's just he's setting up for it, not recognizing it.
What do you do? What do you do when he's that locked in? 33-9 Dutch. They are dominating here. Miller is 5 of 6 from 3. Grant Nelson is 4 of 5 from 3. Top of the key at the horn. It won't fall. 33-9 Pella after one. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
At Tom's Tree Service, we provide a wide variety of tree services to suit your needs. Each of our services is provided by a team of tree professionals who work hard to ensure that you receive the experience and quality you deserve. So if you're in need of tree trimming, tree
Things hitting the rim.
I was going to say we've missed 3 or 4 threes here, in the last few, but they've all been in and out of the basket.
That's what makes Pella so dangerous, is even when they're off, they're still making them at a high value. Here's Gatlin Bell.
29-point difference, 44-15.
Bell gets the inside position, can't finish. Warner, his 5th rebound. Pass up ahead to Hansen in front of the PCM bench, out to Grant Nelson. Nelson takes a long trip on this 3. May have been a little more ill-advised on that one as it was well short, and it's a rebound to Andrew Mitchell of PCM. 44-15 halfway through the second quarter. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Walking in, Luke Mulder. Checking out the crosstown rivals after he gave him a game last night with Pella Christian. In the corner after a loose ball, 3 is canned. Andrew Mitchell has a pair from downtown in this quarter. 44-18 Pella.
I like to see Noah Allen here just defensively. He's working really hard. He's been on the floor a few times, just trying to find his way here. He's hit one big shot already. It's not going to take him long to get acclimated.
PCM ball, Landgrebe. 44-18. Thank you for those of you who stood tough with our technical difficulties. It appears we got it fixed. There's a missed shot for PCM. And folks, if the video stream ever goes out, flip over to 92.1 KRLS. Out to Noah Allen. Give and go pass. Looking for more, and he knocks it in. Noah Allen has a pair of trays here in the second quarter. 2:57 remaining here in the second. 47-18 Dutch. Left side, Mitchell. Works it over to Van Dyke, left side of the lane. He'll draw a double team. Has to kick it back out to Landgrebe. Bell, right side 3. Doesn't go.
Yeah, you can tell Noah's comfortable with that shot. Both of those were a few feet behind the three-point line.
He'll
so
step,
that one.
Nearly goes out of bounds, and instead pours it in from the corner. From way downtown, Noah Allen has 3 3-pointers. Welcome to the Dutch. 50-18, 2:25 remaining here in the second.
I tell you, Andrew, Grant.
Jim Emmer's telling me the Hy-Vee is going to have to file bankruptcy with all these 3-pointers made. I'm going to let Derek Sparks. He does a good job running that store. Folks, we've given away our fuel saver for the half. It's a good thing we don't give it per 3-pointer, I think, is what Jim's alluding to. A 50-point first half here for the Dutch, up 50-18. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Well, I don't know what we've hit. It's got to be in double figures for sure, right?
Yes.
11 or 12 3-pointers.
So Allen has 3. Allen is 3 of 5.
Miller 6.
And Elders hit 1.
4 by Grant. Then Warner hit 1.
And then Mace hit 1. And Warner hit 1. Mace is 1 of 2. Warner is 1 of 1.
Good box out, speaking of, by Josh.
Well, up ahead. No, it wasn't Warner. It was Mace. Excuse me. So let's get the unofficial count here. I'll get it. I got chicken scratches all over the place here. It's a good percentage.
Yeah. Caleb Van Zant, check again now.
Van Zant been in the rotation off and on for Coach Schulte in this group, up 50-18. PCM with the ball again, works it left side. Sage Burns launches from downtown, pours it in perfect. PCM has scored 12 points. They've all come off the 3-point shot here in the second quarter. Again, they're not getting into a shooting contest with Pella. Allen from the volleyball line, heat check, misses. And then a foul on the rebound. And they'll stays with the Dutch. 4 rebounds for Ryan Mace.
Parker giving Noah a little bit of signal there to kind of get the offense going a little bit, I think, on that shot. He was, like you said, way beyond a 3-point.
We'll keep the shout-outs going. By the way, a couple of messages in from Josiah Wittenberg, who last night was joining us along, he and his dad, Dr. Craig. And then he's back with us again. He was out for a while when the stream wasn't working, but I think he's watching along. Multiple-time state cross-country qualifier, Josiah Wittenberg. 60-21 Dutch. First points in the paint, yes, for PCM's Bell. A good floater on the hook shot.
Well, PCM keeps fighting. They definitely didn't quit after getting that long run by Pella in that first quarter.
50-23 with a minute remaining. Here in the first half. Looking for the alley-oop, and they'll miss it. But an offensive rebound Dutch, and then the layup is in for Carl Miller.
Yeah, I think that was a set play there, wasn't it? Missed the alley-oop. Kind of fumbles into Carl Miller's hands.
That worked out. 52-23. Dutch up by 29. Their largest lead at one point was 32 here in the first half. PCM's had a little bit better offensive production. We'll fight for the rebound, eventually controlled by Miller after a couple of players save it from going out of bounds. Over to Noah Allen. Allen drives the lane, can't finish. And there's Van Dyke. 25 seconds remaining here in the second. A shot blocked, a whistle and a foul, and 2 shots coming. Well, time to put on the YouTube TV here, John. I'll keep it down for the audience who isn't interested in what's happening.
All the Packer fans out there, Andrew's highly anticipating this game here in a few minutes.
First is in. I'm paying full attention to this game right here in front of us, John, I promise you. First is in for Gatlin Bell after the foul called. Here's the second.
Good. Yeah, big one tonight, too. I'm not a fan of either, but Bills and Ravens, that's going to be a good one, too.
Agreed. I think there's just been, a lot of good teams in the NFL playoffs this year. I know a lot of local fans are interested in the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes and what he's done. 14-2 this year. Sadly, won't be the MVP. Wonder who is. 5 seconds remaining. Here are the Dutch. Miller kicks it out. Allen, long-range three at the horn. Rims out. Look good. But it's a 52-point first half for Pella, as they lead PCM 52-25. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Dedication to consistently provide quality products and customer service. The employees at Precision Pulley and Idler must be dedicated to their jobs so they can meet or exceed the customer's needs. This is why Precision Pulley and Idler stands behind and supports our local student athletes for the effort and dedication they show on the hardwood, wrestling mats, alleys, and throughout their school's hallways. Precision Pulley and Idler encourages our area students to combine a strong work ethic and attitude to achieve their goals this season. Precision Pulley and Idler, we keep it moving.
Mark Van Gorf of Pella recently had Cabinet Design and Mike Blom do some remodeling on his home, and he highly recommends you hire them too.
I would recommend unique ideas and somebody who is very accessible and who really enjoys what he does. Then Mike is definitely the guy to work with.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
Vermeer Corporation is pleased to support local activities as well as industrial and agricultural equipment customers around the world. The Vermeer team designs, manufactures, and supports equipment that helps communities stay connected to the necessities of life, manage natural resources, and support a vibrant food supply. When you're in the area, be sure to visit the Vermeer Museum and explore the history of the company. Vermeer is committed to making a real impact through all of their business practices. Vermeer Corporation, equipped to do more.
I'm Lonnie Diswart, Certified Energy Specialist at Two Rivers Cooperative. Whether you need propane, diesel, lubricants, oils, or other energy products, you can rely on Two Rivers. We cover Marion, Mahaska, Jasper, and Polk counties, serving farmers, residential customers, and commercial businesses. Stop in and visit with me or any of our petroleum specialists at Two Rivers Cooperative in Pella, Otley, Monroe, and Tracy.
The home and field advantage, Two Rivers Co-op.
Flying Dutch Sports is now open at 655 Highway T14 in Pella.
Motocross is our passion. We carry parts and accessories for all makes and models of bikes, ATVs, UTVs, and street bikes. But we also offer skateboards, bikes, snowboards, skis, and water sports because we know there is no off-season for the outdoor adrenaline junkie.
We also stock apparel and protective gear for all ages, as well as our own unique Flying Dutch apparel. So hit us up on Facebook or Instagram.
If you're part of the heart-pumping crowd, head out to Flying Dutch Extreme Sports and More, your adrenaline headquarters.
And welcome to our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires for Nenberg, their no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella at Central Tire and Auto. Pella 52 and PCM 25. Dutch are 14 of 22 here in the first half of the boys' game from 3. But we're joined now by girls coach Jared Garland following the team's 70-34 win. Coach, you were pretty downtrodden after yesterday's game, and I can imagine why. It was a really tough week for your girls, 2 tough losses. But they come out and probably play as well as you hope they did in the first quarter. They put down PCM early, scoring the first 14 points of this game, and they bounced back in a big way, Coach. I just, first of all, imagine it has to feel good to be back in the win column after 3 straight losses, and especially the way the girls played, controlling the entire game.
Yeah, that's always a concern you have whenever you have a couple tough emotional losses, in the last few days, which we had. We are a veteran team. and that is definitely to your benefit. If you have, we've been years where we've had sophomores who were the majority of the minutes, and you worry about that a little bit more. But we were the seniors are leaders, and it was great to see them today and shoot around. You could see that they were going to not let this team come out flat. And that was the biggest concern, as a coach. How are you going to come out after last night? So it was great to see the energy that the girls came out with, and really a commitment to, I think, bringing that energy and a commitment to running the floor and pushing the pace and trying to leave behind the weak, I think, and starting fresh today. And that's hard to do as an athlete, so a lot of credit to our girls.
Well, and obviously, you had other players contribute, especially defensively in that first half, but clearly Madison Egg was not going to let this team slide. She had 21 points in the first half. She looked completely dominant, in complete control. And you talked to Trevor and I about that last night, was that need for the senior leaders especially to step up. And Madison has been playing well during this losing stretch, no doubt, but it seemed like she was really on a purpose and a mission to lift her teammates up. Yeah, you could see that from the beginning, and teammates did a great job of finding her. There were a couple run-outs, and you just finished well, and then there are a couple times that our point guard Anna or anybody else really made a strong full court pass to get her the ball down the court. And of course she hit a couple threes too, which is part of her game. So the good thing with her, the strong thing about her, is her overall balance to her game. She can score inside on the block, and she can score, corner's kind of her favorite spot, but she can hit from the three anywhere around the circle too. So she's very balanced, and you saw that today. Well, and it's been a rare opportunity, especially with the difficulty of your schedule, Coach, that you've been able to get a lot of players, a lot of playing time. But basically, your second unit, so to speak, your 6 through 10, got a ton of quality minutes, and I thought played better as the game wore on. And I know that, especially with the tough games you still have lying ahead, even coming up this week, I imagine it has to feel good to get that group some quality time. For sure, because those girls do everything anybody else does. So getting them out on the floor is always nice, because you get to see things that you might not always see. We saw, Anna hit a couple, but other things, just getting tips and passing the ball well. So the second half, when that group went in, things flowed a little bit better in the first half. The ball moved a little quicker, a little sharper passing, and it was just really fun to watch that 6 through 10 unit in that second half play. Well, and coming up on Tuesday, the road doesn't get any easier, Coach. You do get this win in a big fashion, but you have the number 2 team in Class 3A coming to town. In fact, a former Pella player that was in your program, Kate Muller, a part of a Des Moines Christian Lions team that has their eyes on Wells Fargo Arena. Should be a very competitive Tuesday night game and another big test for your girls. Will be a great test indeed. They're very, very big. They got 3 players at 5'11" to 6 foot that they play in the rotation, and they're athletic. They're not players that have one tool in their bag. They're players that have many tools in their bag: assist, steal, shooting. And then the point guard, Pruitt, is a phenomenal player, and she's been that way a couple years. So they present a really big task. They play a nice zone with all that height. They get a lot of tips and steals. So we will have to take care of the ball. We'll have to prize every possession to be in the game. And, I think if we bring this energy, we'll have a chance to be competitive and get it. That's head coach Jared Garland following the team's 70-34 win earlier this afternoon. Coach, congratulations. Good to see your girls back in the win column. And we'll see you right back here on Tuesday night. All right. Thanks, Andrew. We'll have more of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show after this.
At Hopkins Roofing, it's roofing done for good. First off, that means when you get a Hopkins roof, it's done for good. You don't have to worry about it. And when you get a Hopkins roof, you're also doing good by helping those that are less fortunate. We've established a roofing company in Baja, Mexico that provides roofs for orphanages in the area and for others in need. That company employs local people, which provides jobs for a struggling economy. When it's time to get a new roof, let's do some good together. Choose Hopkins Roofing. Roofing done for good.
This is the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. Pella boys leading 52-25 here at the half. And let's go ahead and dive into Inside the Numbers, presented by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Pella has 14 of 22 made threes here unofficially in this game. They have 52 points, 20 for Carl Miller, 5 for Parker Elder, 13 for Grant Nelson, all coming in the first quarter. Noah Allen has 9, Ryan Mace with a 3, Josh Warner with 2. PCM, Gatlin Bell, 8 points, Andrew Mitchell with 6. Carson Vandaloon, Sage Burns, all with 3s. PCM making 4 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter. And your score at the half is 52-25. Inside the Numbers, presented by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Whether you're looking to buy a new home or refi, trust the team at Jeff Namiga and Marion County's mortgage experts, Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation. Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse will join us back here in just a moment as the Pella boys 52 and the Mustangs 25. Live inside our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, and as John gets back on the headset after talking with his former coaching cohort, Coach Garland, our second half adjustments are presented by the Young Door Service. And just like the girls game, John, it's kind of nice not to have a whole lot to adjust. Pella has played very well here in this first half.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, we're kind of, not to sound like a broken record, but same kind of thing. You don't. Great first half there. Let's come out in the third quarter and do the same things. Can't see if we can't get this to a running clock. I mean, I think it's not that that's the goal, but we're up 27 right now. And see if we can't get a lot of players in the game. Get everybody, clear that bench a little bit and get a lot of kids in the game.
Your second half adjustments presented by the Young Door Service. If your home needs an adjustment, why not a brand new garage door from the gurus of garage doors at the Young Door Service in Pella? This will wrap up the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella at Central Tire and Auto. John, our creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. The Dutch are looking to maybe get a little more insight here. They've made a lot of threes, and that's good. I don't think 65% from three is sustainable. I think they probably want to get a little bit more done here in the paint in the second half, just to kind of flex that game a little bit.
Yeah, and they're not. We all know Pella's not a big team. Don't necessarily have a true post player, but you're right. Get some cuts to the basket. See if we can get some interior passes. Maybe the PCM's going to start coming out on that three a little bit and play off of that. See if we can get some post ups and some cuts in there.
Your creative idea drawn up by Brand Appeal. When your team needs creative ideas, call the team at Brand Appeal for all your print, web, video, and interactive needs. Our halftime score is 52-25. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KBLS and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. First half ball will go to PCM as they work left to right on our radio audience with the burnt red and the gold. Pella in their home whites, leading by 27, starting five for both teams. Ryan Mace, Carl Miller, Josh Warner, Parker Elder, Grant Nelson, and then Carson Vandaloon, Andrew Mitchell, Gatlin Bell, Van Dyke, and Landgrebe. And PCM will knock in a three, Carson Vandaloon. Here's Parker Elder.
Yeah, Parker gambled a little bit on that one, trying to get the steal, but that led to that wide open shot there.
And the steal does come in here from Mitchell. Mitchell will knock it in for two. PCM off to the races here to start, forcing a Pella turnover. And it's suddenly 52-30.
Yeah, and that's what we said after a great first half. You don't want to lose that momentum in the third quarter.
Well, PCM's kind of mixing up the defense. Carl Miller, baseline jumper, can't get it to go. And the rebound goes to the Mustangs. Trying to pick up the pace here and play a little game of back and forth with the Dutch. It's working so far. Well, Pella came out flat last night against PCM in the half. They had a 15-point lead. The game appeared to be all but over. And the Mustangs have scored the first 7 here as Van Dyke gets it in for 2. So a little bit of a concern with how the Dutch lately have been coming out of the halftime break. And it is a 7-0 run for the Mustangs in the first minute.
Yeah, and suddenly it's within 20, and PCM gets a little confidence. There's nothing to say. They're definitely
that'll help. Ryan Mace, an open three on the wing. Good kick-out pass there for the Dutch. Just when we say it might be troublesome, that a three-point shot can cure almost all ills in basketball.
It's a momentum killer, that's for sure.
55-32. But PCM flushes it on the other side. They're starting to really heat up there from beyond the arc. They haven't missed a lot since the beginning of the second quarter.
Well, that first quarter, I think it was like 33-9. It was more of a 19-16-ish game second quarter, and PCM started hitting a lot of shots that second quarter, carrying over to the third.
Pella will turn it over again. And a Pella Hy-Vee timeout for Coach Schulte. We do have Hy-Vee Fuel Saver. I'm continuing my Fuel Saver streak. Every game we've given away the maximum amount as Carolyn Hull has won 50 cents on our Hy-Vee Fuel Saver card. You got to stop by the Pella Hy-Vee, folks. We're giving away all sorts of Fuel Saver. That's up to $10 in free gas in the Hy-Vee Fuel Saver Radio 3-Point Challenge. Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse, where it is a 0-0 ball game in the NFL. I don't know how I know that, just looking. Third down Green Bay. 3rd and 1. All right. Also, a Strauver Cellular Instant Radio update as we get an update from Indianola, where they've gone final in the girls' game. And that was, after 3, it's 59-25, a Strauver Cellular Instant Radio Update.
It's a little closer than it was. It's like 25-2 or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. 6:16 remaining here in the third.
Pella's back in that 1-2-2 full court.
That's where
defense.
they got some transition and runouts in that first half going. Left side, Vandaloon. Vandaloon dribbles inside the circle, kicks it out to Sage Burns just into the game. Right side to Gatlin Bell. Out to Burns.
Drop back in man-to-man.
Another 3. Another one's in for Carson Vandaloon. 65-38. Elder, pass tipped out in the corner to Mace. Over to Grant Nelson. Works it over to Carl Miller. Miller over to Elder. Elder back to Carl at the volleyball line with 5:42 remaining, 55-38. And now Mace trying to continue his hot streak. He'll miss it. But an offensive rebound to Miller. And then Josh Warner kicks it back out to Carl, and an offensive foul as Warner leaned into Burns, and it's another Pella turnover.
Yeah, you see the offensive momentum turn into a little bit more energy on defense for PCM, and leads to the offensive foul by Pella.
Well, it's not been a pretty third quarter here to start. Credit PCM, who's been shooting the ball lights out. That helps. They're up to 38 points. They were at 25, so they've already scored 13 in a matter of 2.5 minutes.
You know, it's always been a big thing for me, I guess, and I talk to kids on any team, whether it's football or basketball. A third quarter, getting off to that good start in the third quarter, no matter what happened in the first half of a game, makes a huge difference.
And then a right side shot, some contact, nothing called, but Pella will fumble the rebound out of bounds. And it stays with PCM.
It just leads to momentum. You know, you get that, let the other team get a quick start, in that third quarter, and the next thing you know, it's a tight game.
Dutch can use a little bit of momentum here, up by 17. At one point, this game was a 32-point lead for Pella, in case you missed it. Presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Out to Burns, top of the key. Vandaloon looking for more, this time off the front of the rim, clangs it. And Mace was looking to throw it ahead, and he fell down and threw it away. Fourth Pella turnover of the quarter. And PCM can't cash in. Here's Carl Miller. Miller up ahead looking for Mace, steps into the layup for 2. And that's more of what Pella wants to do.
Yeah, score off the stops. Got a good stop on defense, got an outlet, kicked it forward, got behind the defense again.
Fourth rebound for Carl Miller. It's 57-38, and a whistle and a foul off the ball. And it is a final. It is Indianola 68, Sioux City West 48. Sioux City West had a 23-point fourth quarter in that one.
Wow.
So the fortune flipped. It was a 20-2 game on a Strauver Cellular Instant Radio Update. Also on our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard, Pella 70, PCM 34. After the second Pella foul, it's PCM ball down by 19, 4.5 to play third quarter. Top of the circle, over to Mitchell. Mitchell works it right side, Burns. Back over to Bell on the perimeter. He'll step back and go for 3. And it falls off the right side of the rim, no good. Grant Nelson clears it. Nelson up the floor, just dribbles center of the lane, kicks it out. Allen on the floor looking for a 4-3. Yes, no, Allen's in double figures. He has 12.
That was smooth. Great push by Grant Nelson there. Push up the floor and a kick out to Noah. He kind of made the defense collapse on that.
Ooh, and an easy layup. Rims out. Tough luck there. Durant Van Dyke was in perfect position. Noah Allen the rebound for Pella. Now the Dutch in the corner. Grant Nelson looking to add to it. Yes, and here come the Dutch. After a little bit of a sleepy start, all of a sudden it's back to a 25-point margin, 63-38.
When you have a big lead, it is easy to do that. You just kind of relax a little bit. You don't have the kind of the same intensity. That's why you just got to tell yourself, let's get off to that quick start.
Out to Burns. Burns top of the key for 3. Airmails it. And a box out. Trying to save the rebound out of bounds was PCM. It goes into Allen. Noah Allen out to Elder. Back to Noah. Noah looking for more. No. Miller can't quite get the offensive rebound.
Oh, good hustle.
Rowe will keep it safe.
Good hustle
and get it out
Rowe.
to Nelson. Allen will try again, and it flushes in. Noah Allen, after the Dutch scramble for the loose ball, it's all of a sudden in a blink of an eye, 66-38.
Yeah, it's about where we were at halftime now. So we got that back pretty quick.
3 minutes remaining here in the third. Spin move right side to Mitchell. Out to Bell. Long possession here for the Mustangs in the corner. Rowe will tip it. PCM will scoop it up near the sideline. Vandaloon near side. Now flipping the formation far side to Bell on the free throw line. Loses the dribble. Saved by PCM. Vandaloon a tough 3. Can't get it to go. Another rebound here for Nelson. 3 in the quarter for him. Pass tipped out of bounds by the Mustangs.
Had about another couple inches on that pass. That might have been trouble with Parker Elder there. He might have had an open dunk on the take to the basket there.
2:37 remaining here in the third. 66-38 Pella from their own sideline. Way out to Noah Allen. Allen over the half-court line. Left side to Preston Rowe. Back out to Noah. Right side bullet pass. Catch and shoot three on the way. Miller flushed it. Carl Miller, his 7th three made of the game. He has 23 points.
Nice catch and shoot by Carl there. Doesn't take him long to release that.
There's his 7 of 10 on the day so far. PCM short arms a 3 attempt. It's an offensive rebound, and they will get the putback. No, not to go. Carson Dunnick was just in the game, and he can't finish. Pella has a 4-on-5 in transition. Allen recovers in the corner. Carl Miller keeps it going from 3. Yes, Carl Miller has it stuck on automatic. 8 of 11 from 3 today.
So that's over 70% now, right?
Yes, yes. That's
7 for 10 was that's even easier.
It's about 72.5%.
Quite a day.
And we have a PCM player down center of the lane, and we'll get a stoppage here. Going down was Vandaloon. Tried to shuffle himself out of the way. Rebound here for Grant Nelson. It's Pella ball after an official stoppage. So he'll have to check out.
Yeah,
it looks like number 14 coming in.
Looks like Vandaloon does have a brace on that ankle. Just wonder if he didn't have a previous
Justin Maggard in.
Injury there. But yeah, looks like an ankle.
So Maggard will come in. You hate to see that.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
72-38 in the blink of an eye. The Dutch are a bucket away from continuous clock here in the second half with 90 seconds left to go in the third.
2-3 zone now by PCM.
Allen down low looking for Hansen. Hansen dribbles, loses it on his way up, and then a fight for the ball and a jump ball right on the baseline.
Should be Pella.
Oh, no, they'll give PCM the timeout. Should have been a tie up there. But it's PCM ball after the rebound by the Mustangs. In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Dutch lead 72-38. They were 14-22 in the first half from 3. Let's check in and see if we have any Pella wrestling updates here. As nothing yet. We had a couple back in our Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Ryan Hancock, Ryan Van Donsler, and Cody Heisman last check-in were in the finals in all of their respective weight classes. Pella was third at the Solon Invitational. And it is 3-0 Packers in a Strauver Cellular Instant Radio update. Aaron Rodgers missed a wide-open Devontae Adams in the end zone. A rare miss on that connection, and they settle for 3.
Kind of nice to see a couple Iowa connections there with Packers, too, with Alan Lazard, and they have another tight end, don't they?
Yes, his name is escaping me, but a Valley grad who scored his first touchdown in the game against the Bears. 72-38. Of course, Brian Bulaga, who played at Iowa, was a longtime right tackle. They know about our state up at the Land of Cheese. Tip and a steal Dutch. It's Preston Rowe. First turnover of the half, actually, for PCM, and the finish is in for Noah Allen. Allen has 17 points.
And there's your running clock, up by 36 now, 74-38.
And Rowe was looking for more. This time will knock into Andrew Mitchell, and a foul on Preston.
And Andrew Mitchell shaking up a little bit on that.
Preston Rowe is a linebacker. He's got a pretty big frame for being a guard, and I think he's apologizing. Didn't want to hurt him. That's a lot of contact to absorb.
Yeah, they're really both going for the ball, and
nothing you could do. I mean, he did nothing wrong.
Yeah, Mitchell had better position than Rowe did there.
74-38 Dutch with 28 seconds remaining here in the third. Dunnick had it in the corner, out to Burns. Burns, a fadeaway shot, doesn't go. Rebound kicks around off a couple of players and winds up here from Maggard. And a whistle and 2 shots coming on the foul. That's the third quick foul, 2 in here in the quarter for Preston Rowe. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
It's kind of looking Allen now is 17 in this game, in his second game with the Dutch.
Yeah, big game for Noah. He hit 5 threes in this one. He is 5 of 9 from 3.
Yeah, like we said shooter. About a couple of Carls, he's had a couple in and out as well.
And the alternate arrow on the tie-up. Both free throws miss. And with 5 seconds remaining, Pella trying to get something going here.
Let me see. Who's going to shoot this?
Allen from the volleyball line at the buzzer. Can't get it to fall. And that will take us to the end of the third quarter. All Dutch here, 74-38 on 92.1 KRLS.
Pella Regional Health Center is committed to keeping our patients, staff, and the community as healthy and as safe as possible, and we need your help. We ask you to join our efforts and do your part to flatten the curve and prevent the spread of COVID-19. Wear a mask around others, social distance, limit gatherings, wash your hands, and stay home when you are ill. Please do everything you can to help manage the health and safety of your community, family, friends, and coworkers during this pandemic.
COVID-19 testing is now available at the Hy-Vee pharmacies in Pella, Knoxville, and Oskaloosa. Through a partnership with eTrue North, you can get your COVID-19 test right at our pharmacy. If you're feeling any symptoms or have been exposed to someone with COVID, go to doineedacovid19test.com. You'll schedule your appointment online, get tested in the pharmacy, and have your results emailed to you within 3 to 5 days. If you feel you need to get tested, go to doineedacovid19test.com to schedule your appointment at the Hy-Vee pharmacy closest to you.
Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, Andrew Schneider and John Holterhouse, where the Dutch lead big, 74-38. Girls won earlier, 70-34. It'll be a Dutch sweep here today at Pella High School.
Well,
on the right
response by the Dutch there. You know, that quarter got down to 17 or 18.
Tip and a steal for Noah Allen.
And Pella got it back up to 36 in a hurry.
Third turnover of the half for PCM. Out to Keegan Hansen. Hansen looking from three. No. Offensive rebound, Josh Warner. Warner puts it in underneath the hoop on the reverse layup. Warner has 4 points, has 7 rebounds in the contest. He's taking just one charge compared to his 5 last night. Layup, point blank, no good for the Mustangs. Rebound, Warner.
Warner going for double digits potentially in rebounds. That's kind of what he can do for you.
Ryan Mace lets it fly from 3. That doesn't fall. This will knock the percentage down a little bit. It's been a good day regardless for the Dutch, up 76-38. It's like Carl Miller and Grant Nelson's day probably done. They did not start this fourth quarter on the floor. Hansen will lean into Carson Dunnick.
So Hansen and Allen in for those two to start this quarter, right?
Yes. Augie Stock back in for PCM. And Grant Landgreep. Gold golf coach Bob Fessler sending us a text. 23s in the third quarter, or through 3 quarters for the Dutch. Not a bad day at the office. I wouldn't say so.
Well, hi, Bob Fessler. I haven't seen him for a while.
He's just across the way, right behind the scorer's table. Should say hi after the game if he sticks around. 6:27 remaining. A 3 on the way for the Mustangs. No good. Here's Ryan Mace. Looking for Hansen. Hansen is called with the offensive foul.
Yep. One more pass there. Had Noah wide open in the corner.
Well, that's what Coach Schulte preaches. And here we go.
Yep.
Preston Rowe, Luke Hardman. Hugan is in. And Van Zant. Also Aiden Gordon. So here comes the backup crew for Coach Schulte. The starters and the rotation getting their job done with a 76-point performance. 5:45 remaining here in the fourth. Andrew Mitchell. Tip, steal, Pella. Here's Gordon. Gordon in the corner. No look pass. Van Zant for 3. Can't get it to go.
Good battle by Rowe.
Offensive rebound, Preston Rowe. And he's at the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, Hugan got some minutes in that Oskaloosa game, if I remember right. Yeah,
yep, Hugan and Hardman both.
Yeah, freshmen in the game. That definitely some future potential there.
Rowe misses the first. Here comes the second for Preston Rowe.
Oh, you're right. Yes, both those two are freshmen.
Yep. Rowe on the board. 77-38 Pella. 5:20 remaining here in the fourth. Right side Stock in the corner Landgreep. Top of the circle for Burns. Burns, left side three on the way, is good. And that was Andrew Mitchell who gets into double figures. And here's Aiden Gordon. Gordon off a screen, over to Hugan. Hugan kicks it out, over to Hardman. Hardman, center of the lane floater, can't get it to fall. Preston Rowe gets the rebound. Rowe is back at the line for two more. After his third offensive glass collection.
Yeah, as I say, one of our regulars in there right now. Showing a lot of leadership on the boards the last couple times on the offensive end.
4:48 remaining here in the fourth. Rowe is in and out. The road ahead is presented by Two Rivers Cooperative and Des Moines Christian, a top 10 team in Class 3A comes to town, or 2A, and the boys comes to town. Number 2 girls come to town on Tuesday night. Coverage begins at 6 o'clock on 92.1 KRLS and Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. The road ahead presented by Two Rivers Cooperative. Stay on the road and be covered no matter what life throws at you, especially as you drive with that Cartrill gas pumps and the Cynics top-tier detergent gasoline. Pella Notley, Two Rivers Cooperative, celebrating 100 years as a farmer-owned co-op. Mitchell knocks in another three in the quarter.
Yeah, I think that's where I missed that earlier. The girls for Des Moines Christian are 3A and the
boys are 2A.
Yeah, the five classes with the girls.
They have a similar enrollment size to PCM, who has the same thing. So the PCM girls are a 3A team and the PCM boys are 2A. Right. Hugan rolls it out right side, and then a foul, a reach-in foul. And the shot went in for Van Zandt after the whistle.
A little excitement off the bench there for him on that one.
We continue to go deeper into the rotation here for the Dutch as Ethan Quayle is in. On the inbounds, Van Zandt. Out to Hugan. Kicks it out in the corner, Gordon. Back over to Van Zandt, left wing. Give and go pass, Van Zandt. Jumper, can't get it to go. And then a foul called on Hardman on the rebound. He went apparently over the back of Augie Stock.
Yeah, I guess so. He went over the back with his back, I guess. He's kind of leaning back trying to get that one. They called it.
3:22 remaining and counting here in the fourth. 77-44 Dutch. You are listening to Pella High Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS Pella Knoxville and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella, and on Pella Dutch Live on YouTube. So this will stop the clock with the 1-and-1 for Grant Landgrebe. And it'll go in on the first. Here comes the second. And it's in.
Yeah, solid free throws there.
3:18 remaining, 77-46 Pella. We got into the cleanup crew here. Hugan over to Van Zandt. High elbow Quayle. Kicks it out in the corner, Hardman. Hardman draws a double team back to Quayle. Post move strong off the window and in. Ethan Quayle knocks it in for two.
Nice post up turn and score by Quayle there.
Right side, Sage Burns hands it off on a screen to Landgrebe. Back inside to Augie Stock.
Quayle's our tallest player at 6'6". He definitely used it.
Rim out, no good. Quayle almost tipped the ball back in. It's an offensive rebound anyway for Stock. 79-48. Yeah, he's listed at 6'6". So yes, he is the tallest player for the Dutch.
Oh, good cut.
And look at a great pass in from Hugan. Hardman can't finish. Rebound to the PCM Mustangs. 2:26 remaining here in the fourth. And the shot falls in for Van Dyke. Hugan left side, shimmy in the corner. Hardman looking for a three. Yes, Luke Hardman pours it in.
Good drive on the baseline by Hugan there, and he kicked it out to Hardman in the corner. It was a good, nice play.
2 minutes left here, and a tip and a steal, and a run out up ahead. Hardman will lay it off the glass and in. Back-to-back buckets for Luke Hardman after the steal.
So natural athletic ability there by Hardman. Took that up off the dribble to the basket with one hand.
Pella Hy-Vee timeout for the Mustangs. And looks like we are getting to Jasper Luis Perez here today. And Drake Van Hemert. So we're getting deeper and deeper into our lineup. Let's take a look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. See if we can get another Pella wrestling update here. Pella girls won 70-34. Indianola 68-48 over Sioux City West. And still no update from Solon. So hope those guys are having fun. Ryan Van Donsler, Ryan Hancock, and Cody Heisman all wrestling for titles today in Solon. Here in the fourth quarter, it's Pella 84, PCM 50. Live inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on 92.1 KRLS. Van Hemert's on the floor. Luis Perez is on the floor as well. And, you know, these mystery jerseys are going to... They're only just slightly frustrating. I do not have a number 5 for Pella. And that comes with JV and everything, folks, so I apologize. We'll figure it out as we go. Center of the lane. I want to say it's Matty Huddleston is my guess. Pretty sure that's him. But he's wearing number 5. So
I'm doing a look up here if I can.
Well, there's 2 of them listed at 54. So that I'm going to call that the process of elimination. First will miss at the free throw line. Number 44, Lamphere, is at the line after a foul. Second, no good. And Hugan will clear the rebound.
Yeah, nice board by Hugan.
Gordon in the corner. Looking for Van Hemert, tipped away. With a minute 26 and counting, inside our Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Bounce pass inside, Hugan kicks it outside. Gordon launches long-range 3, no good. Offensive rebound, Pella. That's Luis Perez.
Thought Gordon was going to put that up again. There's thought different.
60 seconds remaining. The Pella players are directing traffic here. And Hugan, it goes over and back for Pella. Do have a Strauver South. The other instant radio update. It is Pella, or not Pella, Green Bay, St. Louis. Look at me. Green Bay, LA tied at 3. Late first quarter.
Got you a little nervous yet, or not so much?
Yeah, we'll see. I'm always nervous for the Packers, especially when they're in this kind of a position. Rams got a good defense. Down low to Lamphere. Lamphere, right hand, count it. At the line for 3 is Gabe Lamphere for PCM. 21 seconds remaining.
Nice job by Lamphere there just to collect himself. Kind of got caught up in traffic and lost the ball for a second and collected himself and put it in.
84-52 to finish the three-point play, and he'll miss it. Hugan another rebound.
Hugan's got a lot of rebounds already.
I think he's got 3 on my unofficial count.
Seems like it might got away with a travel.
Yeah, now Hugan will try a 3. Doesn't go.
Say that might stop the clock because we're in a
it's 1-1
situation.
Foul on the rebound. 6 seconds remaining. It's actually 2 shots now for number 25, Braden Nessa. Well, this should do it. First free throw, bricks. Six seconds remaining. We're just 6 seconds away from a Dutch sweep of the Mustangs. Second falls in.
Good.
For Nessa. And Gordon will dribble it out. Your final score, Pella 84. PCM 53. Your cabinet is on a Pella Radio postgame show after this.
Check out some of our hottest deals of the week available right now at the Hy-Vee stores in Pella and Knoxville. $85.15 fresh ground chuck from the meat case is just $2.99 a pound. Select varieties of 6-ounce Hy-Vee yogurt cups